Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. In this live stream, we are going to be watching the game that is about to take place between South Africa A and the British and Irish Lions. It's going to be a very exciting contest, very physical. I have a feeling with some of these forwards that are going to be in these two starting lineups and reserves. The number 4 position in particular, I am looking at Etzebeth going up against Mara Toje. Should be a very exciting one to watch. And yeah, if you do enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We have got the lineups that I am about to put up on the screen. I hope you are all doing well today for this match. We will start with South Africa A, and we will start with that front row. It is going to be Kitsoff, De Weber, and Nakanye. I've already messed up the front row, but in the South African forward back, they have got quite a few of those Springbok players that are getting to play for South Africa A here. Etzebeth and Moster are going to be the two locks. Then we move to Funstaden. Also, Peter Steph Toy in that number 7 jersey. Perhaps could be a little bit of a menace in the breakdown up against this British and Irish Lions side. Then also it is going to be Jasper Visa, who is going to be at number 8. Faf de Klerk takes his spot in that number 9 jersey. Mornay Stain, very experienced man, in that number 10 jersey. And there is a late change for the British and Irish Lions in that number 10 jersey as well that we will get to in a little short while. But then in the centres, it is going to be Damien Dialende and also Lucanio They are going to be the combo that the South Africa A side have gone with. Then it is going to be Nkosi and also Cheslin Colby back in his South Africa kit. He will be hoping to have an impact just like he does when he does play for Toulouse in the French. I've forgotten what it is. It is the top 14, isn't it? I keep on getting that and the Pro 16, or the Pro 14, I should say. Confused. Willie LaRue is going to be at the back in that number 15 jersey. Then the British and Irish Lions, I will put them up on the screen. Wugo Bok as well from Scrum Lass. And also we have got Hey Howdy. Hey y'all, welcome into the live stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. What time is it there in America at the moment? Do let me know. But then for the British and Irish Lions in the front row, Wyn Jones, Ken Owens and Kyle Sinclair. So they seem to be chopping and changing a little bit as they normally do leading into these big matches that are about to be coming up against the Springboks. Then in the lock pairing, it is going to be Mara Toje Amanu, I mentioned a little bit earlier on, and also Ian Henderson. Josh Navidi, he played very well in the last match that he did play in for the British and Irish Lions. Tom Curry as well, and Talupe Falatau. That is a trio in the loose forwards that are going to be exciting to see. Cherkazi haven't woke up this early in ages. Tell you what, it is an early start here in New Zealand, 5:45 at the moment, and we have got Jermaine Asset Bok. Let's go stronger together as well as the hashtag. Yeah, that's the thing. There is a lot happening in South Africa at the moment. It is slightly surprising in a way that this game is getting to take place. Of course, 2 of the Curry Cup games have already been called off for this weekend, but there is rumours that perhaps it is going to be the Bulls taking on South Africa A in another matchup that we will get to see. Then looking at the number 9, it is going to be Connor Murray. He is going to get the start back in that captain's kit, although maybe not for too much longer. Of course, we heard the rumour that Alan Wyn Jones is only just a plane ride away from heading to South Africa. Then we have got Owen Farrell. That is the late change at 10. It was going to be in that situation of being damn bigger, but instead now Farrell takes that 10 jersey. Anthony Watson moves to 11 rather than Josh Adams. Then Bundy Arkia, Chris Harris make up the midfield. Lewis Rees-Sammer, he has got pace to burn. He is out on the other wing. And then Liam Williams, also a late change, was going to be Watson at 15, but instead Liam Williams is going to take the spot there. We have also got currently on patrol in the road whilst watching the match as well, says Jermaine. So hopefully you do stay safe in that regard. Yeah, bro, I'm currently on the road. Pray for South Africa as well. Yeah, it is pretty intense what is happening over there at the moment. So hopefully it will all end up being not too serious. And hopefully you do stay safe in that patrol that you are doing. And morning, Hamish, trust you well. Yes, I am indeed. It is currently almost 6 a.m. here in New Zealand. I got up nice and early. Well, I guess I can say I got up nice and early. I haven't been to sleep yet, which may be why I have still got quite a bit of energy at this stage. Looking forward to this match. And it is the closest that we have seen so far in this British and Irish Lions tour to a Springbok versus British and Irish Lions test match. Pretty much all of these guys in South Africa A are in that Springbok side. Of course, due to circumstances, we had to have that cancellation of the game between the Springboks and Georgia originally, but now it is going to be South Africa A getting to take on the British and Irish Lions. And looking at the reserves here, they have both got some pretty decent names on those benches. We will look through the South Africa A side first. Malcolm Marks, Oosterhuizen, and also Koch are going to make up the front row. Then it is going to be Janse van Rensburg, who is going to be at 19, Alstad at 20, Herschel Janchis Jesse Kriel and then Damian Willemse make up the rest of those reserves for South Africa A. Then looking at the British and Irish Lions, it is going to be Luke Cowan, Dicky, Marco Vunapola, and then also will be Ferguson, Beard, and Byrne making up the forwards, but they have still got an extra forward. They have gone with the 6-2 split, and it's going to be Sam Simmons here in the number 21 jersey. Then it's Gareth Davies and Elliot Daly to close out that front row and the backs as well. I said the front row, which was a random statement to make in that situation, but we have also got in there going for South Africa A by 6, and that's the thing. Could be an extremely close match, that is for sure. And we have also got Hey Mate from Scrumless, but that's the thing as well. It's a hard one to pick because of the fact I feel like the Springboks, they are going to bring the most physicality that we have seen out of any of these matches that have taken place in the British and Irish Lions tour so far. Japan were pretty decent in terms of that physicality in that second half, but so far I feel like the Sharks in that first half, they were probably the closest we've seen to a side being able to possibly contest and compete with the British and Irish Lions. The Springboks guys who are in the South Africa A side, though, I feel like we know that they're going to give it their 110%. Like I mentioned, Eben Etzebeth, Mara Doge, both in the number 4 jerseys. It's one of those ones, can Eben Etzebeth, he is known for having a little bit of a temper at time, is he going to be able to hang on to that emotion while Mara Doge is trying to roll him up? We've also got, hope you're doing well, Hamish. Hope you aren't too tired. Nah, at this stage, I seem to be not too bad. I feel like maybe as soon as the sun comes up, it may end up with me getting a little bit further along the tired track. But at this stage, I seem to be absolutely fine. I think it is because of the fact that this match is about to take place, and I am well and truly hyped for it. Sunny day in Durbs, going for South Africa A by 6 as well, says Millie Toiler. And also we have got bid for South Africa, says John. I'm not too sure what the bid for bit is, so hopefully it isn't anything too bad. And no, it's evening here as well, says Bertie V. And yeah, at this stage, it must be almost 8 p.m. there. So it is a late start in the middle of the night, I guess you could say. Or not in the middle of the night. It is the middle of the night here at 6 a.m. But I will show the form of the British and Irish Lions. This is not including the warm-up match that they did play up against Japan's. There's more than one, apparently. But at the start of this British and Irish Lions tour, British and Irish Lions getting a big win over the Sigma Lions, 56 points to the 14. Then the next match that they played was up against the Sharks. And at that stage, that was going to be the only game that they played against the Sharks. Of course, circumstances did change a little bit, but the British and Irish Lions, 54 points, very similar to the first result, and 7 to the Sharks. Then the Bulls versus British and Irish Lions game, it was postponed, and I believe at this stage, that game still isn't going to be taking place anytime soon, but instead it's going to be the Bulls and the South Africa A side going to be possibly having a bit of a contest there. And then the game last week, believe it or not, it was 26-26 at halftime between the Sharks and the British and Irish Lions in their rematch. But then from there, the British and Irish Lions, there was a red card to the Sharks, and then they ran away with the end of the game. But if you haven't already, be sure to have a little bit of a vote in that poll next to me when you do decide how many tries there are going to be in this whole match. We're not just talking for one side like we normally do. We are talking both sides combined. How many tries are we going to get to see? Is it going to be a low-scoring close one, or is it going to be a well and truly try-scoring fest out there? I believe this game is being played at Cape Town Stadium, if I'm not wrong there as well. And prayers for South Africa and Afrikaans. Yeah, there is a lot of strange stuff, or a lot of scary stuff as well that is happening at the moment in South Africa. And yeah, I just hope that not too many people end up in dangerous situations, because of the fact there's been rioting, there's been also looting, I believe, has also been taken full effect. So hopefully it doesn't get too much worse than it is at the moment. But yeah, prayers for you guys out in South Africa at the moment. And hopefully you do get to enjoy this game of rugby we're about to see between the British and Irish Lions and South Africa A. I will quickly also read that we have got, usually go to work at 12, get off at 8. Can't believe I woke up at 5 a.m. Tell you what, it is an early morning start, that is for sure. But this game should be a very good one to watch as well. By the way, who starts for the Lions today as well, says Mark Jones, and Lions by 14. Maybe more, but it will be a tighter game and low-scoring one than the other games. I think it will be like the Japan scoreline as well. And I will quickly put up that lineup for you, Mark, so you can see exactly who is out there on the field for them. They have had the last-minute change. Mine says that it is Dan Bigger, but it is actually Owen Farrell. He has been thrown into that lineup at just the last minute. I believe it was about an hour ago that they did announce it. So it means that Anthony Watson moves to that number 11 jersey for Josh Adams. That is the first change. And then they have also got Liam Williams is going to be slotting in at 15 for that match as well. That is going to be taking place very soon. We are probably only around 5 minutes away from this match kicking off, and I am extremely excited for it. I hope you guys are too. But we have also got in the chat, we have got How's it Kiwi Lad from Carl. Welcome in, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do let me know your score prediction in the chat as well. I need this game to distract me from the BS in our country. Yeah, there's a lot going on at this stage, so hopefully it will be a good performance from South Africa. South Africa, I should say, rather than hey. But we have also got grabbing a glass of wine. Be right back. As well, says Scrumlass, and we have also got Go Bok and Nick Minute. The game's cancelled. I would be pissed. Made me wake up for no reason as well, says Smithy Toilet, and also 26-21 for the Springboks in this match, and they are pretty much the Springboks, to be fair, the amount of Springbok players that they have got in that South Africa A side. I feel like the slip of the tongue is going to happen about 6 times throughout this live stream at least, maybe even upwards of that 10 mark, because of the fact that, yeah, some of these players, I feel like I just end up calling them the Springboks, but that is the South Africa A side that they've gone with. Once again, the battle I'm looking forward to, Ebenezer Beth versus Mara Toje in those number 4 jerseys. Both of them, they have got a little bit of a temper at time, which is why it's going to be so exciting to see who is going to be able to keep their composure, and it's actually going to be Liam Williams, who is going to be at 11. So rather than him being, no, I guess they are saying that they will switch those. So that is interesting. On the lineups that they are showing, it has got Liam Williams on that 11 left wing side, but instead I think it is going to be Watson who does slot into that jersey. And then also looking at the benches while we are at it, we have also got Defo excited and 21-17 for the Springboks as well, says Walter. How can we watch the game live, says Joshua Duplessis. It does depend on what country you're in. If it's South Africa, it is on Super Sport, I believe, or DSTV. If you're in New Zealand, it is Sky Go, or Australia is Stan Sports, and also Rugby Pass might have it, depending on where it is. But I think also in Sky Sports in the UK is another option. But depending on, I don't know whether there is anywhere to watch these games for free, unfortunately, which is unfortunate because I would absolutely love it if everyone was able to watch these games. What a beautiful stadium. Pity no crowds. Yeah, it is a beaut indeed at Cape Town Stadium. They played a few games. I believe it is the Stormers' home ground, if I'm not wrong. And we have got Mum, can we have Will Jordan at home? Or can we have Will Jordan at home? Shows Lewis Reese. And we have also got there, on YouTube as well, says Joshua Duplessis. I think the only way to watch it, other than after the game, is kind of through these live commentaries. After the game, though, I believe the highlights are normally updated. So that is kind of, or uploaded, sorry. So that is one benefit. But unfortunately, during the game, I don't believe anyone is able to show it due to broadcasting reasons and copyright. But we have also got in there 26-9 for the Springboks as well, says John Visa. So I assume with that, that would mean that they keep them scoreless, the British and Irish Lions, which would be very impressive. The Sharks, I mean, they were able to score a few points against them, but also, of course, they were able to get quite a few back in that regard in that last match between the Sharks and the British and Irish Lions. They are showing the bench of South Africa A. I am showing them at the moment. Malcolm Marks, very experienced head to have coming off the bench. Also, Jesse Creel, Damian Valimza could also add that little bit of late pace that the Springboks / British and Irish, the South Africa A side will be wanting late in this game. I feel like I'm going to say it at least 10 times in this live stream, calling them the Springboks. And we have got, Stormers versus Western Province home ground as well. And we have got, I think it will be 32-26, for the Lions, with Lewis Reese Samet to score first try. Good morning to you, bro, as well, says Slick Boy. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, mate. Much appreciated. Anyone else in the chat who wants to give their prediction of who is going to be scoring the first try, please do let us know. It's going to be an interesting one. They are showing Conor Murray at the moment. He is the British and Irish Lions captain for now. There is the rumour that Alan Wynne-Jones at the moment, he is on a plane heading to South Africa to be able to take that captaincy straight back after his shoulder injury. I bet how's your father showing cycling instead, as well, says John Visa. And tell you what, if they do that here in New Zealand as well, luckily we are already seeing some other players running out onto the field, but they did that for the final Bulls versus Benetton of the Rainbow Cup. They were like, you know what, we're going to show some tennis, because that is exactly what we want on the rugby channel when there is a final going on. We have got Cheslin Colby first try. Decent shout indeed. And yeah, he is going to be going well in the number 14 jersey for this match. Lucanio is the captain for this one for South Africa. It's going to be an exciting contest. It's going to be physical. It's going to be fast-paced. And luckily, my voice is working to the best of its ability at this stage. Maybe it will end up disappearing later on, but we will have to wait and see. Going for the Springboks 100% difficult to support Farrell's team as well, says Billy Tola and Jaco Piper. South African referee. As soon as I said that my voice was working fine, I can't put together a sentence. But yeah, Jaco Piper, South African referee, is going to be in charge of this one. It looks like it is going to be the British and Irish Lions kicking off right to left at Cape Town Stadium. Getting very close to kick-off. I'm excited. Faf gets first try. Colby as well. Says John Visa. Morning, Hamish. Says David as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Good evening from a tumultuous and looted Durban. Looking forward to your commentary. Always enjoy it. Go Bok. Says Shanae, and this one has been kicked off now for this match between the British and Irish Lions and South Africa A. It's going to be in the hands of now Dweber, who has been able to claim it here for South Africa A early. Faf de Klerk kicks it high with a box kick on the left boot. Cheslin Colby trying to chase this one down. A wall of players in front of him. Tell you what, that was a huge hit from Evan. It's a biff there. It's straight away. They are trying to create a bit of a counter ruck here, and they have been able to get this ball. The British and South Africa A. I'm having a shocker. Lucanio Arm now getting a bit of a carry, but he has slipped. Tom Curry drags him down. And at this stage, South Africa A once again going for the boot of Faf de Klerk, taking the mark as well. I believe it would have been Connor Murray, if I'm not wrong. No, it is going to be Lewis Rees-Sammet. I haven't seen him do too much kicking in the past. And Heigel as well. Says Jan Fenter, welcome into the live stream. Already an injury for Liam Williams. I believe that was when he went up for contesting for that ball, but it was almost Cheslin Colby who was trying to line it up in the air, but unfortunately for him, a wall of British and Irish Lion players in the way. So he wasn't quite able to get it, but early little bit of an injury worry here for Liam Williams. And we also got a Doge So Bloody Dirty, or rip-off, a Wish version of Richie McCaw sold on eBay as well. And that's the thing, Evan Etzebeth, he loves a bit of a scrap. They are showing him now at this stage. So is it going to be the case of him possibly being able to push the buttons of Etzebeth in this game? That one has been kicked off, or kicked from inside of the 22. Faf de Klerk once again kicking high. That is the third time he has kicked in this match so far. Taken beautifully there from Liam Williams. But he is going backwards in the tackle, and they are going to be going back for the offside. And I believe it was Jaco Piper calling that one against Peter Steph de Toy for just being a little bit in front of the kicker. 1 minute 20 into this match so far. And now it is going to be kicked for the corner by Owen Farrell. Go Bok as well, says Dan. Hi, can I watch the game? Or where can I watch the game? Says Brian. At this stage, I believe, depending on what country you're in, if you're in South Africa, it is DSTV or Super Sport, I think, also has it. But then there is also the option of a VPN, depending on whereabouts you are able to access the game. But straight after the game, I believe there will be highlights on YouTube, on a YouTube channel called, I think it is called Full Force Rugby, have been uploading quite a few of the British and Irish Lions matches. But on the 22 at the moment, the British and Irish Lions passing it across field, a little bit awkward there. Chris Harris claiming that one nicely, though. Tackled low by Lucanio Armand, straight on the ball, and that's a penalty. And I believe it was Damien Dialende who was able to win that one, and already a little bit of push and shove in that breakdown. But it is great to see him back, Damien Dialende, after the incident that happened at Munster. It is great to see him back out there in the Springboks / South Africa A kit for this one. We have got in the chat, Zammit's got a big boot on him. I'll be tempted to play him at fullback in the tests as well, says Mark Jones. And perhaps tell you what, if Liam Williams is injured, although he has seemed to be back up and running at this stage, but if he did end up getting injured, maybe that would be something that they do decide to go for. But that one has been kicked for the touchline by the South Africa A side. And now they are going to have this line out about 40 metres out from the British and Irish Lions line. Now, the big question is, can they get the early point in this match, or the early try, I should say? Going to be Faf de Klerk now passing it back to Steyn. Big run there from the number 8. It's been ripped away from him, though. And now it's going to be Tom Curry goes to Harris, sells a bit of a dummy. And he is going to be tackled down to the ground by the man with the South African headgear. That is the man in the number 6 jersey, Marco van Staden. Cross kick opportunity here for Farrell. Kicking it in behind. Trying to find the touchline. Not quite able to there. Sitting up for Nkosi now. And he has kicked this one beautifully down the middle of the field. Taken nicely, though, by Liam Williams, and he is looking for the opportunity to try and find that gap. He has been lined up in the tackle, though, by South Africa A, and you know that these two sides are going to play a very physical game, and that is going to be a counter ruck. And now South Africa A are going to have the opportunity to once again be on attack. Faf de Klerk kicking in behind for the 4th time in this match, but Willie LaRue almost winning this foot race. It's going to be an awkward bouncing one, and it's gone into touch only 5 metres out from the British and Irish Lions line. We have also got in there Peacock TV as well, says John. And now if Peacock would pick up Super Rugby and the Bledisloe as well. And we have got gamers on Peacock, you were right, as well. And we have got Found the Game as well. So is Peacock available in all countries, or is it just in America? Do let me know. And we have also got in there Classic de Klerk kicking the ball away. Won't lick the Ponce. I won't finish that one, but at this stage now, it is going to be just inside of the 22 for South Africa. Fifth de Klerk once again going across field. It's going to be the man in the number 6 jersey. Fun starting with Etabef on his shoulder, trying to drive forward now. 15 metres out. Once again, it's going to be Visa getting another opportunity with ball in hand. He's already had a few carries so far. De Klerk going across to Kitsoff, the captain of the Western Province who play at this ground. Going back now, Evan Etabef getting his first carry of the match and looking dangerous as always. Connor Murray taking him down. That's going to be an advantage. What a beautiful ball there. And is he going to be able to score the try? It's going to be close and Kossi right in the corner. I believe maybe the foot is in touch though. So I think they will be going back to check this one. But if this is an early try for South Africa that will give them a lot of confidence in this one. Was a great pass from Fifth de Klerk. It was a cutout pass. They are going upstairs to see whether or not Jaco Piper can award this try. The TMO is also from South Africa, if I'm not wrong, but Fifth de Klerk with the wide ball. Advantage to South Africa as well. Taken nicely by Nkosi, very close to the touchline there. Liam Williams, it was actually Anthony Watson doing brilliant there. Brilliantly was what I was trying to say. That's got to be a try, not quite. Right in the corner. And that one is just down for Nkosi. Great defense by it was Anthony Watson there. And the number 15 jersey, so Liam Williams is going to be playing at 11 for this one, but they are going to be going back for the advantage. South Africa in this situation, do they go for the 3 or do they go for the 7? The British and Irish Lions, they have scored a huge amount of points throughout their games that they have been playing. I will put up the scores that they have had in their recent games, and they are well and truly, like they've put on 50 points in every game that they've played of this British and Irish Lions tour so far. So you know they're going to be scoring tries, but you could say as well, the South Africa side is a lot stronger than some of those provincial teams. So it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do. And by the looks of it, Liam Williams there, he is back on his feet. He doesn't look too bad now. And it is going to be a kick for Mornay Steyn. So they are going for the 3 points here. South Africa rather than going for a possible corner or a scrum, they are going to be going for the 7. Going for the 3. Whoever's got playing advantage 7, as well, says John Visa. But at this stage now, Mornay Steyn, he's normally a very consistent kicker. During the Rainbow Cup, South Africa had a very good few games for, I believe he was playing for the Bulls, if I'm not wrong. I feel like that would be something that if I got that stat wrong, people would really not be impressed at this stage. But it is going to be Mornay Steyn kicking this one. He is at 10 for this match for South Africa And that's the thing. They've got a lot of Springboks scattered throughout their starting lineup and the reserves bench for this match, which is going to pay dividends to them later on in this match, I would think. But that one has gone over from Mornay Steyn, and because of it now, South Africa take the lead in this match over the British and Irish Lions 3-0. But like I was mentioning as well, this is a situation of these two sides. They have got some very good players on both of them. South Africa this will be the second game, I guess you could say, for those Springbok guys since the World Cup. The first game against Georgia, the second game against Georgia got cancelled, unfortunately, for them. That one is going to be Visa in the number 8 jersey, just outside of the 22 now. Fifth de Klerk looking like he is going to be setting up for the kick once again. And that will be, I have been counting them so far, that is the 5th kick from Fifth de Klerk in this match. Jesselyn Colby chasing this one high, and he wasn't quite able to line up. Good bit of foot control from Jesselyn Colby, though. And because of it now, South Africa once again have this ball in hand. It's going to be now Mostert, his first carry. The number 5 jersey for this one, Mornay Steyn cross kick. Looking for Nkosi out on the wing. Almost able to take it. Falls awkwardly. I think it is a knock-on advantage here, but Bundy Aki cleans it up on the halfway line. And he was actually able to steal that one clean in the breakdown on Nkosi, but they are going to be going back now for the knock-on, and now it's going to be a scrum feed for the British and Irish Lions. Hello, hope you're doing well. Says says Sebastian as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. Joseph has said, come on, British and Irish Lions. And we have also got Go Box, says Scrumless. So we have got a bit of a split at this stage. The original question I did have on the poll was going to be, who do you guys think is going to be winning this match? But instead, I decided to change it, and it is going to be, how many tries do we think are going to be scored in this match? So far, we haven't had one yet, but we are only around that 5-minute mark. 7 minutes. Jeez, it's flying by at the moment in this match. We have Scott, hey mate, welcome. I think the Lions is not play a full potential Gatland. Will not give his game plan away. They might even through this game as well, says David Russell. That's the thing as well. They made a lot of late changes. They got rid of Dan Bigger, who was going to be at 10. Instead, now it's going to be Owen Farrell. Anthony Watson plays fullback, and Liam Williams is going to be out on that left wing. So a couple late changes. Josh Adams, one player who is not out there in this match. He would have been marked up with Cheslin Colby. So interesting that they decided that Liam Williams can have that duty. That front row has gone down. And speaking of front rows going down, the new rules that possibly the Southern Hemisphere are going to be experimenting with. We have seen the likes of a 50-22 could be introduced into the competitions throughout the next little while. I'm not sure when those ones are going to be taking full effect, though, but it's one of those interesting situations that maybe if you do that, we will see a few less penalties in the scrum, perhaps, because of the new scrum rules that they will be trying out. And we also got in the chat. Not too bad, thank you as well, says Sebastian. He is doing well for this match. And I think a lot of people are extremely hyped for this one. It is a midweek game. I think you're right, David Russell as well, says fantastic charisma, sorry. Yeah, it's one of those ones that Warren Gatlin, he normally has a pretty good game plan. Down to his knees there, the front row, and now it's going to be a free kick to the British and Irish Lions. Connor Murray just slowing this one down a little bit, deciding not to get too intrigued for that quick tap. But it looks like they are going to be going for the scrum feed once again. Was Trevor Nakanye on this near side that went down in the front row. He is at this stage scrimmaging up against Wyn Jones. So that is a very tough challenge for any front rower indeed. But at this stage also, we are almost 10 minutes through this match. We are already an eighth of the way through this one. And I feel like it's going to be halftime before we know it. So we will have to wait and see who's going to get the first try. We have had Cheslin Colby thrown around. Also, there was the talks of maybe Reece Zammit getting the first try. But one thing is for sure, and at this stage, it seems to be that number 14 that a lot of people are thinking will be able to score this try. But Navidi, he is in that fullback. And in the last match that he played for the British and Irish Lions, he had a very good game. So hopefully it's going to be now a straight penalty to the British and Irish Lions at scrum time. So already a few early issues for South Africa A for a little bit of an early push there. Front rows pre-engaging. So Trevor Nakanye is the man who is penalised there. And they are going for the corner here. Owen Farrell kicking it for this corner, and it's going to be a good kick, only around 10 to 15 metres out now. The British and Irish Lions are going to get their first opportunity at our rolling ball, but yeah, Nakanye just struggling a little bit with Wyn Jones, and because of it now they have got that opportunity. The rolling ball was working phenomenally for them in the last few matches that they have been playing, the British and Irish Lions, so if they can get that to work again in this one, we will get to see a solid South Africa A four-pack try and defend it. Maro Itoje takes that one. Etzebeth is right in there trying to get that ball. But at this stage, it is in a complete standstill between these two sides. Not really going anywhere now. It's starting to move a little bit for the British and Irish Lions. And now breaking off the back. It's going to be in the hands of Ken Owens, but that ball's getting stuck in there. Mostert has won the penalty for South Africa A. And now he has saved them just a few metres out from their own line. Franco Mostert, I said that name terribly. Franco Mostert, very good in a breakdown. And he was just able to get straight over that ball and win the not releasing penalty. Whenever I see the scrum collapse, I get so worried about their next though. I feel like the mother worried about her large sons as well, says Scrum last year. That's the thing. It can't feel comfortable, definitely when like the front row of the other side and also the rest of the four-pack of the other side are still pushing. Like it must be a lot of twerk, lot of twerk on the neck. Is that the right word? I feel like twerk has lost all meaning at this stage, depending on how you look at it now. But now it's going to be the Springboks / South Africa A, who are now going to get another opportunity with the line out. The Weber here complaining a little bit just outside of the 22 here for South Africa A. Who do they decide to go to? They're going to be lifting. Who are they going to be doing at the moment? They're running all over the place, and it's going to be now a free kick to the British and Irish Lions because of it. They weren't quite able to decide. Quickly taken there by Connor Murray now. And Tom Curry is going to get the carry going into the hands of Sinclair. He is tackled low by Mostert. Murray once again goes to Maro Itoje, gets his first carry of this match. He is tackled by De Weber. Oh, it's almost DDT on. It was better. Steph the Toy charged down there by Evan Etzebeth. And now it's going to be Damien Dialende. It's going to be a chance for Nkosi. They look like they're not going at a huge pace. It's going to have to be very careful here. Damien Dialende. And that is going to be the second try, or the first try, sorry, for Nkosi. These boys have no neck as well, says John Rutherford. But at this stage now, it is going to be a try to South Africa A. Now, it looked like Damian Diolende was possibly blocking one of the men from getting an opportunity at going, for it was the man in the number 11 jersey, which in this one is Nkosi. It was charged down in the end. Farrell tried to kick it, and Evan Etzebeth got that big forearm on that ball. Then from there, Damian Diolende, he was running, went to Nkosi, and then from there, slightly possibly getting in the way of Farrell, holding his line a little bit, and then from there, Reece Samet came out of nowhere, but it is a try to South Africa A, and they are now leading this match 8-0 at this stage, and we will add the first name on the score sheet, and that is going to be the man in the number 11 jersey, and his first name I do struggle to say a little bit, I will be honest, but it is Nkosi, is the last name, and they have started this match very well. And that is exactly what you got to do up against a British and Irish Lions side. They probably need to be the next side to score as well. And we have also got in there Diolende running a bit, or playing a bit of gridiron protection runner as well, says Carl Peterson. Yeah, there was a little bit of a blocking run there, possibly. But Lewis Reece Samet came out of absolutely nowhere. That is a great kick from Morné Steyn now. And now it means that the British and Irish Lions are going to be 10-0 down in this match. I believe this is the biggest points deficit that they have been at in a match before throughout this whole tour. And we are still in the early stages of this match as well, but it was Nkosi. He's got plenty of pace. And yet, for some reason, it almost looked in slow motion for a second, like they are moving quick. And then all of a sudden, Lewis Reece Samet just flew across, actually overran it. Going to be taken nicely there by Muster. And straight away now, Liam Williams getting taken off the field. That is for Elliot Daly. So that is a big move in that regard, of the factor that they don't really want him to be getting injured. So I think they are just making sure that it doesn't get too much seriouser. More serious, I think, is the right way. When that fun started now, it's got this ball on the halfway line for South Africa A. Goes back to de Klerk, Morné Steyn, Willie Leroux with a kick across field, and now Nkosi once again is going to have to chase it. Taken nicely by Farrell, though, with a bit of a step. He is getting driven towards the touchline by Diolende. Tom Curry going on the inside now, going to be Henderson. First carry of the match for that man, 40 out from their own line here, the British and Irish Lions. And it looks like Conor Murray will be sending this one up for the high kick here. See what he can do from this position on the field. Has kicked a high, Conor Murray. It's going to be a challenge in the end. No, it's not. It's going to be Willie Leroux, who was able to take it very nicely for South Africa A. Straight on the ball was one of the British and Irish Lions, but not able to get two hands to that ball and win a penalty. So now it's going to be de Klerk going back across field. Nakanye now getting his carry only about 40 metres out from his own line. Henderson trying to get in there. And at this stage, the British and Irish Lions, they are trying to get that ball back as soon as possible. They are 10-0 down after 15 and a half minutes. Going to be taken now by Lewis Reece Samet. We know how much toe he's got. He has been showing it lately. Running sideways, lined up by Peter Steph Toy there. Conor Murray now looking for the option. Going to be passing it short side to Ken Owens now. And Toje protecting this ball once again. So I think Conor Murray from here might consider kicking this one away once again. Both nines playing quite a kicking game so far in this match. Has gone high once again. It's going to be Willie Leroux coming forward for it. Wasn't able to take it there. And it has been taken there by Franco Muster. But straight on the ball, the British and Irish Lions win the penalty. And who was it who was able to get hands to it? I believe it was, if I'm not wrong, it would have been Ken Owens who was able to do so. We've also got Get in Box as well. Nice offensive lineman work Diolende as well, says Billy Toilet. And also we have got in there, they don't have a chance against South Africa, says Magnus. And why haven't they got overseas ref? That ref will be on the box side, says Trevor Flack. That was an interesting point because of the fact it was actually all that one hasn't found touch there, unfortunately. So it does mean now that it will be South Africa A with the choice of either the scrum feed or the line out, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Or the 22 dropout, actually, I think will be on the cards. But Watson, it was also Willie Leroux, just didn't quite get that ball there. But yeah, that is a good point. Jaco Piper, he is from South Africa. I believe 3 out of the 4 referees in this one are actually from South Africa. But of course, maybe depending on the circumstances, maybe they haven't been able to get as many referees in as they would have liked to. Dylan has said something, although I'm not too sure what that does say. So someone, if anyone in the chat is able to translate that, please do let me know. And we have got there, Vut has got the emojis in the chat as well. And yes, Bok Go says Jan Fenter, but at this stage now it's going to be a scrum feed for South Africa A. Faf de Klerk is the man in the number 9 jersey. Also, Cheslin Colby and Diolende, I think, are 2 other players who have been added into this lineup since playing against the Springboks. So these are their first minutes for the Boks since the World Cup. / I guess you can say still South Africa A, but it is pretty much a Springbok side here that are taking on the British and Irish Lions. And also, they have possibly got another game, South Africa A, up against the Bulls in the near future. Possibly this weekend could be on the cards now. It's going to be a free kick there for going a little bit earlier. I believe it was Cole Sinclair on the far side with Kitsoff, who has gone just that little bit early. And now they are deciding what are they going for here. South Africa A, I don't think they've called it yet. They want another scrum, but at this stage, it's interesting. On that far side, it seems like Kitsoff getting that little bit of early momentum, but on this near side, it has been Nakanya who's been under a huge amount of pressure from Wyn Jones. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not that is the case throughout the rest of this match. Currently only 18 minutes into this one, and also just inside of the half of South Africa A now. It's a live chat, no viewing the match as well, says Gillian. It's a live chat, no viewing the match as well. Okay. I see so that is from Dylan. If I'm not wrong, Gillian, do let me know. And we have got Kitsoff's a bloody beast. Would love to see him against Tyke as well. And that's one thing that hopefully we will get to see throughout one of the test matches between the Springboks and the British and Irish Lions, perhaps that battle. And at this stage, they have almost had that ball stuck in their scrum there, South Africa A, but they have been able to get it out now. Mornay staying with the kick and behind. The territory game from that man, Mornay Stain, is normally pretty strong. Ball just pulling up now. It's going to be Daly out to Reece Samity. A spear tackled there by Cheslin Colby, and the ball's gone out on the full. So now it means that it is going to be a South African line out, only around 35 out from the British and Irish Lions line. And that was a huge hit from Cheslin Colby. Perfect tackle there on Lewis Reece Samit. And he has now given his team an opportunity here early, or kind of midway through the first half already. We are at this stage, and we have Scott Colby hasn't even touched the ball. No, he hasn't had it in his hands yet, but he has had a little bit of an impact in this one, contesting for a couple high balls, putting the other players under pressure. I believe it was actually that had Liam Williams get injured, although it wasn't actually contested by Cheslin Colby in that regard. But yeah, he did the perfect tackle there on the rib cage almost, or in the stomach of Lewis Reece Samit. Bulls versus South Africa on Saturday at 4 p.m. as well, says Trevor Flack. So that has been confirmed. Trevor, do let me know, because there's also going to be the game between the Stormers and the British and Irish Lions. Do let me know if that one is also going to be taking place. But I will mention, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I believe at the time of recording this, I will have a quick look. But before this live stream, we were sitting around 3 away from hitting 3,300. We are already on 3,306. So I do thank you all very much for that, Owen. Making a few mistakes. Must be scared for contact as well. And tell you what, these Bok boys hit hard, that is for sure. The likes of Etzebeth, he was the man who was able to charge down that kick of Owen Farrell originally that led to the try of Nkosi. Owen's having a shocker as well, says Smithy Toilet. And we have also got in the chat, tell you what, we've got a lot of you here for this live stream. I do appreciate you all being here. Now it's going to be South Africa A, who have got this ball off their own line out, and it's going to be going for the rolling ball. Faf de Klerk here with the ball at the back. They are only going to be about 30 metres out. Surely he is not kicking this one here. Faf de Klerk. It's in the hands of the Weber at the moment. Slowly rolling forward here for South Africa A, and it's going to be a penalty against Maro Itoje. Going to be a penalty advantage anyway. This one doesn't look like it's coming out here. And by the looks of it, no, it's not. So now it's going to be a penalty against Maro Itoje for coming in through the side there in that rolling ball. And now from here, Mornay Stain is straight away stepping up to the mark. I think they will be taking on the 3 points once again here for South Africa A to give them a 13-point lead if he can get it as well. And that is a brilliant way to start a match up against the British and Irish Lions. We have seen the British and Irish Lions throughout their matches that they have played of this tour so far. They have been leading by a lot. So for them to go down, okay, they're going for the corner. This is a change in the kind of mindset of South Africa A here. They've gone, we've got 10 points in the lead. We might as well try and extend it here. Possibly get another penalty in the breakdown or along those lines. But Maro Itoje just straight over the side of the ball by the Weber there. And now he's got the line out throw here. Only a few meters out from the line. We've got, it's the captain, or it's the curtain raiser for the Stormers versus British and Irish Lions in Cape Town Stadium. So that means we are going to have back-to-back games. That's going to be a late night for myself here in New Zealand. Currently sitting at 6:24 a.m. at this stage. It's an early night, or early day, depending on how you look at it. But that one has been claimed in the line-out for the Springboks / South Africa A. I'm going to keep on calling them the Springboks accidentally now. But now to Weber driving forward, looking dangerous as well. But he has been taken down by Ken Owens. Now it's going to be Faf de Klerk trying to find the gap. Didn't quite work out. Good hands from Damien Diolende there, though. They have still got this one. Faf de Klerk getting thrown around a little bit. At this stage, Cheslin Colby going to be playing halfback Asking the question there to Clerk whether or not there was a penalty. Hitting the ball up once again, it is going to be the South African forwards, Willie LaRue now out the back line. Going wide to Chisel and Colby now. He has done the step, but Lewis Rees Sammett's done very well just to get enough contact. Little knock on there. And it means now that it is going to be going back and it's going to be lost forward by the British and Irish Lions first, I believe. So it does mean now it's going to be a 5-metre scrum for the Springboks / South Africa A once again. We have also got you doing the United Rugby Championship this year. As well says Carl Peterson, I am hoping to follow as many of those games as I can because I believe, if I'm not wrong, it starts around in September. If I'm not wrong, please do let me know, anyone in the chat who does know when that first game is going to be taking place. But of course, the South African four sides, the Bulls, the Sharks, the Stormers, and also it will be the Lions. They will be moving up north. Well, they will be going up north for a few of their games also. There will be a few games taking place in the south in South Africa, I believe. At the same time, it looks like another injury here. It's going to be Wyn Jones just looking a little bit sore on that arm at this stage, which is not what they will be wanting. They've already lost Liam Williams in this match. They can't afford to lose another player, but it was Liam Williams who went up. He was hit hard there, and I believe it was, oh no, that's an awkward fall. Ebenezer Beth there making the tackle on, I believe it was the original one when he did go up in the air, Liam Williams. It kind of fell in an awkward way like he was doing a roly-poly, except only got halfway through it. Whoever's got Farrell shouldn't have been picked. Awful since start of the Six Nations as well, says Gordon Christie. And that's the other side of it as well. He wasn't actually going to be in the starting lineup for this match. They were going to go Dan Bigger. I'm not too sure what happened to him, though, in that situation. But, yeah, Owen Farrell, some are saying pretty lucky to be taking part in this tour. Faf de Klerk equals baby four as well, says Scrumlass. And Shane Finn is injured as well, says Gordon. That's the thing. Also, Marcus Smith getting called into this side, possibly as injury cover. Faf de Klerk at the moment just spinning the ball on his finger. He looks calm. He looks collected at the moment. Did all right for the Sale Sharks throughout this season in the Premiership, but that one once again is going to be a scrum reset. Just not quite able to find their rhythm here, either side early on in this match. We're already 23 minutes through as well, so we have still got plenty of time. Yeah, bro, that's unusual for South Africa to kick for the corner and not the points as well, says David. And we have got Atoje, always good for a few penalties, says John. And yeah, he has got quite a high injury, or not an injury, sorry, a high penalty count that he normally ends up giving away. I think in the Six Nations it was even higher than ever. If I'm not wrong, Faf is a beast as well, says John. And also Scrumless, Hamish Watson could tame him as well. And can you show the game, says Joseph? Unfortunately, due to licensing, if I was to show any match footage or audio, the live stream would just get taken down straight away. So I am sorry about that. I wish that I was able to show it because I would absolutely love for you guys to be able to see this game as well. But I know that highlights will be uploaded to YouTube straight after the match. That one's gone down and it's going to be a penalty to the British and Irish Lions. Only a few meters out from their line. That is an ideal penalty for them to win. And it's the far side, and it's once again Trevor Nakanye who is struggling with Wyn Jones on this near side. We have got, if I'd have known Owen was starting, my bet would have been different as well, says Simon. And that's the thing. Owen Farrell, late change, only about an hour before kickoff. They actually made that change. Also, Liam Williams was brought into that starting lineup, although he is not on the field anymore due to an injury early on in this match. It means now that it is going to be Elliot Daly out there, out on that left wing, and it will be Anthony Watson still at fullback for this match as well. But Wyn Jones at the moment getting a few pats on the back from his side because they know how important that penalty was to win. Now it's going to be Navidi. He was hit hard in the tackle by De Weber, and that is one of the first carries for Navidi in this match. Like I mentioned, had a very good game the last time that he played. Connor Murray now rolling this ball back, and it is going to be kicked high. Uncontested by Mostert there. Going close to the touchline now. It's going to be taken beautifully by the number 8. Very close to the touchline, Feza, but it is going to be going back for the penalty to the British and Irish Lions. I believe it was for obstruction against Faf de Klerk when he did block Lewis Rees Sammet a little bit. And now there's a little bit of push and shove that is happening at the moment. Thinking about taking it quickly. Faf de Klerk, one of the first players who decided to get in there. 25 minutes gone in this match. Who player scored at this stage? It was South Africa A, and it was Sibis Izzo. I struggle to say that first name, but it was Nkosi who was able to score it in the 13 minutes. What's our time as well, says Red. At this stage, we are sitting 25 minutes through this match. And also, hey, howdy, hey, mate. How you do as well from Scrumlass, and not bad for 20 months out, says Gandalf the Beach as well. That's an interesting name, that is for sure. Call it as Springboks as well, says Dolph. I feel like, is it actually normally referred to the Springboks South Africa A? Because I know they've got a lot of Springbok players in there, but I wasn't sure whether or not I would be able to get away. We're calling the Springboks a little bit of a slip there from Willie LaRue, only at 10 metres out from his line. Now Watson has him under a huge amount of pressure, but he has managed to get that kick away. It's going to be Elliot Daly now taking that throw quickly, bounce pass there to Farrell. Now it's going to be a backline opportunity. No, it's going to be Falatau driving forward, breaking the tackle of Etzebeth. That is something you don't say too often about players on the attacking offense. Now 15 metres out, Murray goes to Henderson. He has been tackled by Evan Etzebeth now, who isn't going to be able to get out of that breakdown. He is trying to, but it's going to be an advantage for not rolling away. So the British and Irish Lions now, they have got a good opportunity. It's going to be now Lewis Rees-Zammit just breaking the tackle, doing a little grubber in behind there. It's going to be taken by Colby, and now it's going back for the penalty about 20 metres out for Evan Etzebeth not being able to roll away in that breakdown. I think they will be kicking for the corner once again here. The British and Irish Lions, they can't afford to only go for the threes, I don't think. Where can I watch the match? As well, says Damon, it depends on what country you're in. South Africa is Supersport and DSTV, I believe. I'm in South Africa, don't have DSTV, right. If that is the case, I think maybe a VPN watching on Peacock, someone has said as well. If you're not, or if you're in the USA, it's on Peacock. So depending on if you've got a VPN or not, perhaps could be your option there. But Evan Etzebeth just pleading with the referee there, saying he couldn't go anywhere. But now it's going to be Owen Farrell taking on the 3 points. If I'm not wrong, go Bok as well, says XG, and we have got 3-2, says Nicholas Abrahams, and Springboks is going to win, says Shannon's Life. What's up? As well in the chat, welcome into the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll download as well, says Damon Drake, and Lions Ahmad. We were viciously robbed against them in 2017. Sonny Bill Williams Simbins, which cost us game 2. Ref was the worst call in game 3, or ref with the worst call in game 3 with 2 minutes to go as well, and we deactivated our DSTV last year, says Shannon's Life. But that is one thing that on this channel we will be following all of the British and Irish Lions games. I wish I could show the footage, all the audio, but unfortunately all I am allowed to do is tell you guys about what is happening in the matches. But we will be doing that for every match of the British and Irish Lions score, including that moment there, Owen Farrell able to convert the easy opportunity for the penalty. And now the score is going to be 3 to the British and Irish Lions, 10 to South Africa A. It's going to be an exciting one. Silly penalty, South Africa A as well, says Bertie V. And also we have got, what is the time in NZ, says Iran. At the moment, we are sitting at 6:30 a.m. In New Zealand time. So it's fair to say it is a relatively late night because of the fact I haven't gone to sleep yet, but I didn't want to miss this game. I love doing these live streams, talking to you guys in the chat as well, just makes it that much more fun. But just outside of the 22 now, the British and Irish Lions, once again, are going to rely on that Conor Murray box kick, but he is the captain for this match, but perhaps not for much longer. We did see there, that wasn't the best kick from Conor Murray. He hasn't really gone anywhere, but it is going to be taken by Lewis Rees-Zammit almost. And it is going to be a knock-on advantage against South Africa A. Conor Murray goes to Toje now. Now it's going to be Tom Curry. He's got plenty of pace there, trying to link up, trying to find the option, but wasn't quite able to. And that's going to be now in the hands of Van Staden with the Springbok headgear, or the South African headgear, I should say. And at this stage now, South Africa are going to have this ball. Damien, I almost said Willems, but it is going to be Willie LaRue kicking that one down towards the 22 of the British and Irish Lions. Watson returns with a kick of his own. Willie LaRue now gives that back into the hands of Mornay Steyn. That man is great at finding territory when he needs to, but it is going to be taken now by Lewis Rees-Zammit. 30 out from his own line. He's got the lightning bolt on the back of his head for this one. And it is going to be Mornay Steyn once again getting an opportunity to kick this one. He can kick this one out on the full as well, and he has made sure it has gone out. Elliot Daly considers taking it quickly, decides against it in the end. And that was a little bit of a battle for territory. And now it is going to be about 55, or I guess you could say 45 out from their own line here, the British and Irish Lions. So we have got in there 30 likes at the moment. Smash that like button as well. So if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is hugely appreciated. You guys all being here in the chat. We are going to be following all of the games like I mentioned, as well as international games with the likes of the All Blacks, the Wallabies. Also Argentina, we are going to be following the Rugby Championship. That is coming up in only around a month or so. Sadly, we live in 2021 and no one can stream the bloody damn match on YouTube. Yeah, it does suck in that regard. I know that one channel that I can say, although I'm not sure whether I'm allowed to recommend it, it is called Full Force Rugby. And after the match, he will be uploading highlights, I believe, which normally don't get taken down by YouTube. So that will be your best bet after the match to be able to check it out if you do want to see the highlights of this match. Why is it South Africa A? Says Damon at this stage. Normally, South Africa A, if I'm not wrong, I could be wrong in that regard, though. it is normally a team made up of players who aren't really going to be in that Springboks side, if I'm not wrong. There's kind of a few of those players maybe who just missed out on the Springboks normally get an opportunity in that regard to get to play for this one. But because of the circumstances, it does mean that a lot of these Springbok players are getting their first game of the season up against the British and Irish Lions. First game since the World Cup as well. Close to full strength side as well, says Struis Bob. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. But that one is going to go into touch on the full there from Connor Murray, I think it was once again. So that is not ideal. Faf de Klerk running up, trying to keep this pace. Very fast. He has thrown the ball into Kyle Sinclair. Of course, both playing in the Premiership. I have no idea why he changed the call as well, says Smithy Toilet. And also we have got in there, or the tackle, or tackle that bloody ref in game 3 is the comment from Smithy Toilet. And we have also got in the chat, Hamish Watson not being picked as is a mistake as well, says Gordon Christie. Yeah, they have gone with Tom Curry in this match, which is interesting that they have decided to go with it, because if I'm not wrong, he didn't play in the last match either, Hamish Watson, or did he? He might have actually had an opportunity, if I'm not wrong, but Mornay staying now with a little kick in behind. It's going to be sitting up nicely for Anthony Watson, driven backwards in the tackle by the captain of South Africa A, but now it's going to be Watson driven backwards. This is at this stage. A lot of players for the British and Irish Lions going backwards. Connor Murray now calling his shots, getting ready for a kicking opportunity for possibly either himself or lining it up for either Owen Farrell, or maybe they decide to go with someone else's boot. But at this stage here, South Africa A almost able to contest in that breakdown. But Connor Murray now looks like he is going to be putting up the box kick by himself to Luke Falatau, joining that breakdown, giving him a little bit more space. He has kicked it down the field, hasn't found touch with it. Now it's going to be Willie LaRue putting the high boot up. Going to be now looking like it's going to be, oh no, it was an awkward take there for Falatau. It ended up going backwards though. And I believe they ended up with a little advantage there for half a second. Connor Murray now goes back to Owen Farrell inside of their 22. Now Daly on the left boot has kicked that one downfield. Jezelyn Tolby takes it, and now he's got a lot of space here to try and get something going. He's done the step on the outside, and he's found a bit of a gap here. Jezelyn Colby, he stepped, and it's a beautiful offload. And it's going to be Lukanyo who is going to be scoring the try, and straight away, this is one of the first touches of the match for Jezelyn Colby, and it is straight away led to an opportunity for them to be able to get the points. We'll quickly add that as well to the scoreboard. So now that makes the score 15 to South Africa A3 to the British and Irish Lions. You can't afford to just kick the ball straight at Jezelyn Colby. He will make you pay. Then from there, he did the step through the gap of it was Reece Salmon and also Chris Harris. Elliot Daly made the tackle on him, but then offload on the inside to Lukanyo, and it is now going to be a bit more of a lead for the South Africa A side. I keep on almost calling them the Springboks. Yes, they have got a lot of Springboks players in their side, that is for sure. 2 Springboks linking up there. Lukanyo and also Jezelyn Colby. Looks like he is going to be continuing that form that he found for Toulouse. We're able to win the top 14 as well. We will quickly write down Lukanyo. That is a hard name to spell at 6:30 a.m. in the morning here in New Zealand, but we have managed to do it. 33 minutes into this match now, and with this kick for Mornay Steyn, will they be able to get it here? And that will give them quite a comfortable lead going into halftime. He has got that one, Mornay Steyn. So now the score is going to be a total of 17 to the Springboks / South Africa A and 3 to the British and Irish Lions. Looking strong here early on in this half. And we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case in the second as well. I'll tell you what, at this stage, the chat is going extremely quickly. So I will try my best to read through all of it, but I may have to miss a few messages. Who do you support? Says Shannon's Life. At this stage, I am pretty impartial in this match. I love watching both of these guys play, or both of these sides play, I should say. But in this regard, I think Evan Etzebeth, oh no, it was Mostert there, just tackled Mara Toje. But now it's going to be in the hands of Daly. But yeah, I just absolutely love watching this tour. We do get to see it every 4 years now. It's going to be Tom Curry, quick hands there. Bundy Aki out to Anthony Watson with a bit of a step. A great low tackle there from Willie LaRue, sorry. Connor Murray now 40 out from the line of the British and Irish Lions. It's a Beth making the big tackle on Farrell there. Elliot Daly now trying to pin the ears back, going wide now. Out to Reece Salmon doing a few steps as well. Stepping around Jezelyn Colby up to the 22 now. But straight on the ball. It was fun starting, losing the footing though. Connor Murray goes to Toje. They've got the advantage and they will be going back for the penalty. And I don't think they can end up in that situation of going for the 3 points. We have got keep it up. You are the only way to listen up proper commentary and stay updated on the matches as well. Seth Colin Lake, thank you very much, mate. It is hugely appreciated you guys all being here for these live stream. Was that a try? What happened as well? Says Joseph. So pretty much it was a kick downfield from Elliot Daly, which went straight into the hands of Giselin Colby. And then from there, he just ended up stepping through the gap between Harris and also Reece Sammet. An offload on the inside after contact with Daly. And then he was able to find Lucanio Arm on the inside. And he was able to put it over the line for the second try of the match for South Africa A. They are looking strong early on in this match, which I feel like is ideal for them indeed, because of the fact that if they can get a big win over the British and Irish Lions here, maybe you would end up in that situation. It puts a little bit of doubt in the back of their line. Guys, what website can I watch this as well? Says Damon Drake. Did the app work? Peacock, I believe it was, if I'm not wrong. The one from America. It's going to be a little bit of a set play here, and very close to the touchline here, the British and Irish Lions. Ken Owens dragged down 5 meters out. Going to be Talupe Faletau now, doing a little bit of a skip into contact, but he has been taken down as well here. The British and Irish Lions, normally their defence only a few meters out from their own line is solid. Can South Africa A be the same? Navidi thinking about going around the side here, but Etzebeth does manage to drag him down. Phase after phase. I don't think we've had more than about 5 phases for either side in this match so far, if I'm not wrong. So we're almost getting into uncharted territory in this situation now. It's going to be Sinclair going around the side. Visa making the tackle on him low there. Still 5 meters out for the British and Irish Lions. They're going to make sure the discipline is in check here for South Africa A. Slowly creeping forward here. The British and Irish Lions, if they can score before the end of this first half, they are nowhere near out of this match. It's going to be an advantage. The last thing that the Springboks would have been wanting in that situation. Conor Murray goes back. It's going to be a cross kick. It's gone high from Owen Farrell. Is it going to be taken by Watson? Almost. Yes, he does take it. And he's going to be only inches short of the line now. It's going to be Conor Murray round the side, giving it to Navidi, and he's getting close. He has been driven down once again as well. Kitsoff trying to get on that ball as he got it. It's close here. But once again, it's going to be the British and Irish Lions with the advantage, only a couple out. It's going to be now Wyn Jones getting extremely close, but now it is going to be going back for an offside penalty, I believe. And Wyn Jones did lose it forward just a little bit there. And that means now they are going back for the penalty to the British and Irish Lions. It is defence at the moment for the Springboks. We saw in that World Cup final the phenomenal defence that they had. Can they keep it up here? It's going to be a few metres out. They've taken the quick tap. Henderson thinking about taking it quickly once again. Ken Owens, or it was Wyn Jones there, getting extremely close. Going short side here, I believe. Conor Murray trying to get this ball out. I think it's almost going to be available. Yes, it is. Ken Owens round the side, driven sideways by Peter Steph-Toy. Visa trying to get straight on the ball, not able to. Giselin Colby helping out of defence. And at this stage, it is desperate defence for South Africa A to try and stop the British and Irish Lions. Oh, Maro Itoje, he's had a mare there. But because of it, they have still got the advantage for an offside, and they need to be careful here, South Africa A, or they could end up giving away a penalty. Maro Itoje, I think, thought he was about 30 centimetres closer to the line than he was, because he kind of ended up going down, and then he reached his hands over his head. Owen Farrell just donked the ball on Jaco Piper's head. That was an interesting situation. And by the looks of it, they're taking a quick tap once again. I will read the chat in a very short moment, but at this stage, they do not seem like they are slowing down near the British and Irish Lions. Penalties conceded so far, 11 against South Africa A. That is a huge number indeed. Could end up 12, and if it ends up 12, could be going to the bin. Oh, there was a big bit of head contact there for Faf de Klerk. And I think straight away he has been busted open. If I'm not wrong, that's going to be held up. And that's going to be a 5-metre scrum here for the British and Irish Lions. Looked like he had a little bit of blood on the back of the head there, Faf de Klerk. Not sure whether that was from an earlier occasion or whether it is that big contact, but it was Lucanio Arm who was able to hold up the man. Etzebeth is down as well. That is a man you don't see lying on the ground too often. We've also got in there Doja having a bad game. Every time I hear his name, he is doing something wrong, as well as Mark Jones. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not we haven't really seen that battle between him and Etzebeth other than in one rolling maul so far. Other than that, we haven't really seen those two kind of going neck and neck, and we know as soon as they do, it's going to be in that situation if they will well and truly be trying to tear each other's heads off. But we have also got in their rush attack lines. Do you watch NZ? Do to crack the line. Fastball as well. And that's the thing at this stage. Weber also going to be going off the field, and that's going to be Malcolm Marks now, making his way out onto the field. And that is an experienced man and a half to have out on the field when you do need him. Malcolm Marks, South Africa A, at this stage, they have got a few very good players on that bench. While we have a little stoppage in play here, while we are waiting to see, but Maro Itoje, they are actually showing a few of his highlights here, possibly. Well, I believe possibly, what are we looking at? It was the original try, actually, that they were showing. Damien Dialendo went out into the hands of Nkosi off the charge down of Etzebeth. And we have also got Bok in the chat from Yuppie. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. And we have also got Malcolm Marks, hello, my large son. And we have also got Defense Box, Defense as well, says Dolph. That's the thing. If they can somehow stop them from being able to make it over the try line before the end of halftime or by the start of halftime, it's going to be actually going upstairs here. Lucanio Ham. It is contact with the head of Wyn Jones, but I don't know. Oh, it's actually Fifth de Klerk. He ended up leading in and he actually took a big head knock there, charging with the head of Navidi. Unfortunately, head-to-head isn't what they want. What are they reviewing now? They are checking to see whether or not Fifth de Klerk did end up possibly leading with the shoulder into the head of Wyn Jones. They are just checking. I mean, he does lead a little bit with the shoulder there, Fifth de Klerk, but he does end up taking a big head knock in the process. At the same time, we have got in there as well. We have got I would pay an embarrassing amount of money to watch that match as well, says a scrum less. But at this stage, also, while they are looking at this TMO decision, I will show the bench of the Springboks already using one man so far. And that is the wrong bench. That is Australia versus France. They are not playing in this match. South Africa A versus British and Irish Lions. Okay, they are saying contact between shoulder and head here. Are they going to give Fifth de Klerk a yellow card here? We're going to have to wait and see. I think they're going to call it a penalty rather than it being a scrum, though. Depending on how it goes, we will move that as well. So you can see that it is going to be Jesse Krill and Damien Valenza. No use of the arms here from Fifth de Klerk. Okay, it's going to be Fifth de Klerk getting a yellow card here by the sounds of it. Wayne Barnes is in agreement with Jaco Piper. And because of it, it does mean that now Fifth de Klerk is going to be going off the field for the next 10 minutes. There is no wrap as well is the call that they have said. So Fifth de Klerk, unfortunately for him, he did take a head knock and also he is going to be going off the field for the next 10 minutes. Yellow card to Fifth de Klerk with only a minute and a half left in this first half. We have got possible red. They sent someone off in the Wales-Argentina game for something like that as well, says Mark Jones. I think he is lucky to have gotten the yellow card a little bit, but I think it was the saving grace for him was the fact that he wasn't actually able to connect with the head of Wyn Jones. And it was kind of a little bit lower, but it was still the factor of he didn't wrap the arms. So because of that, it does mean now that it is a yellow card to Fifth de Klerk. Now they are going to take the quick tap once again. I will read all the chat in a very short moment. They are driving forward here. Ken Owens, he is just playing crash ball at the moment. They have pretty much said to him, look, you are going to be the man who just has to keep on charging at the Springboks defence. It's going to be around the side once again, getting close. Only a metre short here for the British and Irish Lions, and they have got the man advantage for the next 10 minutes. That is extremely close once again for them. It's going to be Tom Curry looking to the side. He's not going to be able to get there. Stopped by Etzebeth. And how long can the South Africa A side hold on? Back to his feet, not able to get over the line there. Was the British and Irish Lions forward? I believe it was Henderson. Well, I believe it wouldn't have been Henderson because he is at the back at the moment, trying to look for the next ball. Possibly it was Navidi who had that carry. Maro Itoje now. He is going to be possibly backing himself around the side. He is trying to make his way over the line, but he is still going to be a metre short over the ball there. And it is going to be stolen there for Marco van Staden, but it's going to be a penalty back for the British and Irish Lions. That's going to be another yellow card possibly. Or Jaco Piper, he had the hand on the pocket. Okay, it's going to be another yellow card. That is going to be the second yellow card for the South Africa A side. So because of it, Marco van Staden, he actually did beautifully to be able to steal that ball. But then from there, he didn't release the ball when there was a player for the British and Irish Lions contesting. So that means now for the next 10 minutes, the South Africa A side are going to be down to 13 men. We're playing rugby league at this point for them. And we have got, don't let South Africa mislead you. This is a near South Africa full squad as well, says David Russell. Yeah, they've got a lot of very strong players out on the field, although they have two less at this stage as well. And once again, the British and Irish Lions only going to be a metre short on the line, trying to drive forward. And they are going to be just short of the line. By the looks of it, can they get over? Oh, it's over the line. And I think they are trying to check this one to see whether or not he was able to get the ball down here. I think it was Wyn Jones. They are going upstairs. Is this going to be the first try of the match for the British and Irish Lions? If not, I believe if it is held up, it is going to be halftime. So there is a huge moment here as well. Yellow cards time too, says Scrumless. And also we have got, earlier on in the chat, tell you what, there is a lot of chat going at the moment. We have got yellow cards for everyone. And FFS says Luca in this situation. Okay, they are going upstairs, or maybe they're not. They have walked back quite a far way here. They are relatively confident, are they? It is Wyn Jones. He's getting close to the line there. There's a boot in the way at the moment, but this is going to be only inches short of the line by the looks of it. So it's whether or not the momentum has taken him over the line or whether he has propelled himself forward. He looks like he's still sliding. Looks a little bit slippery at Cape Town Stadium. That is extremely hard to tell. There are legs, there are feet, there are hands all over the place at the moment. So they're going to have a very good look at this one indeed. Even Etzebeth is a beast. He is indeed a very dangerous individual. Discipline could cause the Sharks downfall on Saturday. 15 Lions versus 13 Boks might makes this very interesting as well, says Thick Boy. And that's the thing as well. Discipline, I think they've already given away about 13 penalties in this situation. The South Africa A side. The British and Irish Lions, I think they've also given away around 9. So it's one of those situations that maybe in the second half we could easily see a red between the two sides, at least a yellow card for the British and Irish Lions. But yeah, the Springboks players will have to be very careful in that regard to not give away another penalty early on in the second half, or else it could get them in some big trouble. But nonetheless, I will mention while we have got this little stoppage, while we are trying to see where this ball is in the TMO decision. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We'll have a quick look while we are waiting to see what we are sitting on at this stage of the match. We are sitting on 3,312. So thank you all very much for that. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. Perhaps we can push for around another 23. No, that is too much. 13 was the number I was looking for in that one before the end of the match. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also leave a like on the live stream. No try, says Smithy Toilet as well. So he has propelled himself forward here. So it is going to be double movement, which does mean now that I believe it will be either they are going to have a wee chat here, Jaco Piper. So he hits the ground, propels himself forward, and then there is another movement. So it's a double movement. Okay, so because of it, it means that it is going to be a double movement, and it is going to be 5 meters out and a South Africa A penalty, I believe it is. Where's your cat? Says Trevor Flack. At this stage, he is actually sitting next to me on the G. He is a little bit further down, so you guys can't quite see him at this stage. But yeah, he is sitting next to me. He is asleep at this stage, so he isn't actually watching any game of rugby like we are, but that is going to be half-time. And at this stage now, it is going to be South Africa A 17, British and Irish Lions 3 points. So it's going to be an interesting second half. And early in the second half as well, with the factor of the South Africa A side only going to be on 13 men coming back out after halftime for the early stages. We have got there shocking discipline as well, says Betty V. And we have also got there, if you can't see it, you can give it as well, says John Rutherford. And also go South Africa win, please, says Jasper. At this stage, it is halftime. Lol, South Africa A are suffocating the Lions, says fantastic. Tell you what, it was just a pile up there in that situation, that is for sure. But at this stage also, I will bring up some stats for the halftime chat that we are going to be having. I think the Lions are stunned a bit. And that's the thing, the discipline of the Springboks / South Africa A in this match is going to be very important. We saw it in that match between the Sharks and the British and Irish Lions going into halftime 26-26. But then that red card of Jaden Hendricks, unfortunately, from that moment, it was downhill for the Sharks in a match that they were right in right up until that moment. But so far, 65% possession for the British and Irish Lions in this one, 69% territory as well. But the 2 tries have gone the way of the Springboks. Meters carried 177 to the 130 in this one as well. 11 defenders beaten for the British and Irish Lions compared to the 4 of the South Africa A side. So that's kind of interesting that they have had so many more defenders beaten. Tackles made, they have missed 10 tackles here, the Springboks so far. And that is 50 from 60 that they have been able to make with a tackle completion rate of 83% compared to the 90% of the British and Irish Lions. But they have only had to attempt 40 tackles in this one. So they've had more possession, more territory, less penalties they have given away in this one as well. Missed less tackles. It's one of those ones that all of those kind of all adding up would possibly lead to the factor that maybe late in this match we would see a bit of a late burst. They have already had to go to the bench once, though. That is Malcolm Marx. No, sorry, that is the wrong team. Malcolm Marx already out there for the South Africa A side because of the fact that Joseph de Weber going off just before the halftime. But yeah, they've already had to make the change of Daly. That was for Liam Williams. So they're going to be one man short, and that's the thing. They actually have a spare loose forward on the bench, or I believe they went with a spare lock perhaps in this situation. We will put it up here for you guys to be able to see, but we will remove that just for a second. South Africa A sitting on 17 points and it is the 3 points for the British and Irish Lions. Looking at the benches, so they have already made the change of Daly. They have no more no more backs on that bench that they can go to. It is only going to be the halfback Davies, then also Simmons, Byrne, Beard, Ferguson, Vunipola, and Cowan Dickey. So that could pay a little bit backfire possibly for the British and Irish Lions late in this match if they can't go to a reserve late in this one. The Springboks, they have got the likes of Yankees, Krill, and also Valimza. So I feel like you give them the advantage when it comes to those spare backs, purely because of the fact that they can still make 2 subs for that back line later on in this match when perhaps fatigue in a match that is going to be a hard-fought contest between these two sides, a physical one at that. Maybe that is a moment that, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that second half. That is for sure. What's got there 10 minutes as well, says Jan Fenta, and also the Lions are playing under pressure as well, says fantastic. And that's one thing that, yes, they may be under some pressure, but you can't afford to have penalties from South Africa A, because as soon as those kind of build up, then you're in that situation of that pressure keeps on getting relieved. And if they want a chance late in this match, South Africa A, because I feel the British and Irish Lions, they will come out in the second half absolutely firing. They have got the 2-man advantage for the first 5 minutes of this match, so they need to make sure that they are going to be the next team to score. Simmons in the midfield, says John Rutherford. I would actually love to see that if they do decide to go to it. What's the score as well? It is 17 to South Africa A and 3 to the British and Irish Lions. We have also got in the chat how many minutes left for the guys on the yellow card, mate, at this stage, Thick Boy. It is 5 minutes or so for Faf de Klerk, and currently around 8 minutes for it will be Jaco van Rensburg, I believe, if I'm not right. No, that is the wrong name, actually. It is Marco van Staden, who has also been penalised. And yellow card we have got in the chat from Barry Green. Are you worried? They have 2 yellow cards, Kiwi lads, says Barry Green. I feel like South Africa A, they should be a little bit worried for those first kind of 10 minutes because of that fast pace. Like we saw that if it wasn't for that penalty, only a few meters out from their own line there, South Africa A, like the Springboks, British and Irish Lions would have just kept on firing at them right up until they were able to get over that line. So in the end, they were able to keep on defending, but it did cost them 2 men in the end. So they're going to have to be careful in that regard. I'm back, sorry. I haven't been able to get to, back to your streams. It says Heavens on Earth, sorry. I end up saying you guys, your name's wrong occasionally, and I do apologize for that. It is currently, I didn't actually realize this, it is currently sitting 7 a.m. almost here in New Zealand. I feel like with this game being a 6 a.m. start, it was relatively late. That is indeed. The first 10 minutes of the second half will be vital for the Lions. They'll come out with on all cylinders. Get your head on, boys. Enjoy the commentary, bro, as well, says Thick Boy. Thank you very much, mate. Kiwi lads, who do you support? As well, says Shannon's Life. In this match, I'm normally pretty impartial. I mean, of course, I should be going for the South Africa A side because of the fact that they're Southern Hemisphere, but I have enjoyed watching the British and Irish Lions throughout their tour so far, and I was also watching a lot of those players from the Six Nations, so I feel like it's one of those ones I'm split, which in some cases is probably not ideal, but in other cases I am pretty happy with it because of the fact that I can kind of bounce between the sides and also just enjoy watching both sides going at it in this one. I live in South Africa. Faf hates Irish and British Lions as well, says Evans on with. And that's the thing. He ended up giving away that yellow card. Some were saying it could have been a red. So he's got to be very careful in that second half, although they have got Yankees, who has got the potential of coming off that bench as well if he does need to. But yeah, we're going to have to wait and see what they decide to go with. They have got that extra man on the bench in terms of the back line. Evans on, he hates Atoje. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people aren't a fan of Maro Atoje in terms of playing against him. Even Etzebeth, I have to say so far, we haven't seen too many handbags thrown between those two because, of course, like those two probably don't like each other too much because they are both very physical players. And Maro Atoje so far, he hasn't had the best first half, but I feel like in the second half, like in that rolling maul, he is one of those players that you can really look out for as well. You've got to be a Lion. Our coach is a Kiwi too, as well, says Thick Boy. Yeah, that is true. Warren Gatlin is the coach of the British and Irish Lions. I probably should be backing them in that regard as well, I guess you could say. But yeah, it's an interesting one. I enjoy sitting on the fence normally because of the fact that I do struggle to pick a winner. Even in that game between the All Blacks and Fiji, I was sitting on the fence a little bit. Sinclair has not been ideal or has not been good, says Italia. I don't normally swear out loud on this channel too often anyway. Farrell needs to get sent back home as well, says Italia. And that's the thing with Marcus Smith making his way over there. Perhaps he could be an option because that's the thing. Dan Bigger originally was going to be starting this match, and I'm not sure what happened to him. Dan Bigger, I'm not sure whether you guys would know either. If you do let me know. Hamish Watson is the best flanker the Lions got as well. He's got the best name as well in that regard. Of course, my name is actually Hamish, but yeah, I guess that's an interesting one. A lot of people don't actually know our first name, me and Hamish Watson. Like anyone from America, normally Hamish isn't a very common name over there at all. Like normally I have to spell it out for any Americans that I do meet, although so far I don't think I've had to spell it out for anyone on the channel. It's normally people who I've met beforehand in terms of they haven't really heard the name with the Scottish heritage. And we have also got there, I've got $10,000 South Africa win, as well, says Evans on. Is that an actual bet that you've made, or is that a bet that you are making in the chat at the moment? And we have also got Evan is a beast, as well, says Sam. And we have also got there, looks like Monistain will have to do some defense as well to help with that two-man disadvantages as well, says Barry Green. That sounded like a bit of a shot as well at him. But overall, it surprised me a little bit when they decided to go for that corner because of the factor that normally they don't I guess they would normally take, how many times did I say normally just then in a row? I feel like I need to change my sentence before I end up saying it about 6 more times. I always find late at night over here in New Zealand, I end up just repeating words over and over again. Tuparik is a big mess, so is to a big miss. Sorry, so is to a lungy, says Mark Jones, and we always got there Fuff will end up with a red as well. See, that's the thing. They've got Yankees on the bench, so you don't want to risk them too hard. Risk them too much in this one. I bet 45 points to South Africa as well, says Quest. And we have also got there, I'm making the bet, says Evans on, and we have got Maxi as said, hey, brother, strange having these test matches midweek as well. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those ones that if this match was happening like this weekend, people would be absolutely just buzzing for it. It's also a relatively late game in South Africa, currently sitting at 9 p.m., if I'm not wrong, an 8 p.m. start there. And this weekend, we are going to get to see South Africa A versus the Bulls, and also it will be the British and Irish Lions taking on, it will be the Stormers, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Those two games taking place, and we have got Batman in the chat, as said, the Lions will be much different with Alun Jones and stronger. That's the thing. He is going to be coming back very soon as well, Alun Jones, which is going to be awesome to see. The GC's commentators, Colby Steps, that's impossible. How the hell does he do that? Lol. Imagine what they'll be saying about Ponga and Tawai as well. Says Smithy to that, and also big ankle tweak, or bigger ankle tweak, says Malcolm. And we have also got in the chat, tell you what, it's going extremely quick at the moment. What day is it today? Says Daniel. At this stage in New Zealand, we are sitting 7:02 a.m. on Thursday here in New Zealand, but I assume that is actually in terms of what day those games are going to be played, and they will be Sunday morning in New Zealand, so Saturday night South Africa will be when those ones are going. We have also got, I'll donate $1,000 if Irish and British Lions win, says Evans on. Geez, that's a big donation. That would well and truly break the bank, I would think, for myself anyway. But yeah, $1,000, that is a lot on the line. So I guess in that situation, you will be very much hoping that South Africa can get this win. And we have got, not sure about Dan Bigger change, but I know Josh Adams isn't playing because he's watching the birth of baby over video call. That's a solid excuse. So congratulations to him. I didn't actually know about that. I thought when I saw that he was also out of the lineup, I thought that it may have been for the factor of trying to kind of get a replacement, kind of rearranging that back line, if that makes sense. But yeah, that is pretty awesome for him that he is going to be getting to see the birth of his daughter or son. I'm not sure when the birth will be taking place with time zones and whatnot, although it would still be at the same time, wouldn't it? In South Africa, always being plays better when they have something bigger to fight for as well, says Craig. And that's the thing, a lot of stuff happening in South Africa at the moment. So hopefully, yeah, this can just get a little bit more momentum in the favour of the Springboks heading into that British and Irish Lions tour, because of the fact that at this stage, they haven't had a lot of preparation at all for this match. That is for sure. When did you create your channel? As well, says Italia, at this stage, we have been uploading consistently for around 11 months. But before that, I think we've had the channel for about 3 or 4 years, but we haven't actually posted kind of anything more than one snowboarding video kind of thing. Josh deserves a small break. He's been great as well. Definitely test starter. Yeah, he has been phenomenal, scoring a lot of tries for fun in this competition, as per BBC Sport website. Wales fly half Dan Bigger is also late, and that was with the minor ankle sprain. Okay. I feel like that was what someone actually put earlier on, but I thought that they were talking about Cheslin and Colby breaking players' ankles around that same time as well. I want South African pizza right now. What does South African pizza involve? Do let me know. I feel like I missed that one possibly. But we have also got how much sleep did you get, Hamish brother? Hoping I'm not the only guy without much sleep. I tell you what, I haven't gone to sleep yet at this stage. I woke up at around 11 o'clock or 11 a.m. this morning. So by the time this game is over, I would have been up for around 22 hours. So I'm not sure how I'm still functioning. I probably won't be able to put a sentence together in the second half. But at this stage, we're not going too bad. The words are still coming out in rapid pace like they always do on this channel. Anytime it is a late night live stream, as you guys know, the words just go blah, 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 the whole time. As we were talking about in the last one, I think we ended up on SpongeBob in the end, not actually on the program, but as in like talking about it from last time, talking about Duan van der Merwe's boots because of the fact that he seemed to have a lot of traction with those bad boys, even though it was slipping around all over the place. So with the British and Irish Lions players, as well says Kevin Cock, I will put them up on the screen for you guys as well. We'll take down that scoreboard, but it is 17-3 at this stage. This is the starting lineup here for the British and Irish Lions, although there have been a few changes. Owen Farrell starting at 10. Josh Adams not at 11. It was Liam Williams, but he has been injured. So now it is Elliot Daly who is in that number 11 jersey for the rest of this first half. Well, for the rest of the second half, I should say. So that is an injury that, of course, Liam Williams, they won't be wanting to see too many more injuries. Ken Owens, it was Wyn Jones, almost had a little bit of an injury earlier on as well. Faf de Klerk off with a yellow card, also a yellow card for Van Staden. So they've had a few so far in the early stages of the second half, that is for sure. But late stages of the first half, tell you what, as soon as I mentioned that sentences are kind of flowing for me, that is when they go downhill big time. But this is the South Africa A side that they were starting as well. De Weber already being taken off, and that is replaced by Malcolm Marx. And I think that is purely because of the fact that with those men advantage, he will be one that will really be able to make an impact in this game. But I think that change of De Weber was actually just before that sub of Malcolm Marx as well. And we have got Darcy Graham is better than Duhan as well, says Italian. Also, Chu woke up at 11 as well, went to sleep for an hour from 12 to 1:25, then went to sleep again and woke up at 2:45. So yeah, at this stage, it's a tough one, these late night games over here. But luckily, we do only have kind of 2 games a week that do end up well and truly messing up the sleep schedule. But looking at the benches as well, we are only around a minute away from the second half getting underway. At this stage, 17 to South Africa A and a total of 3 for the British and Irish Lions. But they've got 2 men advantage here for the second half so far. And we have got, do you guys have more than one language, says Ryan. In New Zealand, we've got English as our main language, but then also there is, it's called Te Reo Māori. Although I feel like I've butchered that pronunciation, but it is pretty much Maori, which is along the lines of, we did Maori at school for about a term, which was around kind of 10 weeks. And during that time, I learned 2 sentences, which I'm still very proud of, but that was about all I can say in Maori, unfortunately. So you may have heard maybe from New Zealand commentary along the lines of them saying kia ora, and those kind of things. But the 2 sentences I learned, of course, are very important for life scenarios. First one is homa e rima kotahi tonu kata kata, which means high five, just kidding, because that is something I use, of course, on a daily basis. And then the other one is ka kite koe i te ra wiki, which is see you next week, which is a little bit more likely to be used than the high five, just kidding, because unless you want smacked in the face, I feel like high five, just kidding isn't the way to go. But that one is going to be kicked off now for the second half. We will get rid of halftime in our scoreboard as well. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. And we are at the moment on the road to 4,000 subscribers. So if you do want to help us out, please do. And we have also got sign language as well, is a good point from Smithy to the should recruit the Springboks for the Army, because their defense are tops as well, says Damon Drake. And that's the thing. The defense is going to have to be well and truly in check for the next kind of 13, or not 13, sorry, for the next 6 minutes at least, because that is when they are going to have 14 men back out on the field. Currently 13 out there for South Africa A. Now it is going to be Jesselyn Colby. He's actually playing halfback, which is kind of an exciting one to have a look at because of the fact he's normally out on the wing. Jesselyn Colby, that is taken beautifully by arm. And now he has been driven down to the ground by Elliot Daly going back now. And that one, it was actually Willie LaRue playing halfback. There's going to be all kinds of interesting combos here for South Africa A when they are on attack. And this one is going to be kicked high. Who is going to be taken? It's beautifully taken by Connor Murray. No one contesting with him. Going to be Mara Toja now going out to Sinclair. The English players linking up. Farrell there. Goes to Daly now. It's going to be Chris Harris on the outside. Goes out into the hands of Falatel. Man on the outside there. It's going to be Lewis Rees-Sammet. Tom Curry on the inside. And it's going back to Lewis Rees-Sammet. He is driven down to the ground by Cheslin Colby. Only going to be 10 metres out. Cheslin Colby, I think he's almost got hands on the ball there. No, it is going to be Chris Harris now. Going back on Farrell once again. Going for a cross kick. I'm not sure if that's the right choice, but it was a slip there. But look on your arm. He has done extremely well somehow. He was almost like a giraffe just being born there, slipping around all over the place. But then he was able to regain that footing and was able to take the mark. And that was a crucial one there for South Africa. Hey, that is for sure. We almost got there. That Sam Simmons, damn strong albino. Albino? I'm not too sure about that from David Drake. And we also got there. So South Africa, I'm a fan, but Herschel Yankees. Score a try, please, as well, says Jasper. And it's going to be interesting to see whether or not he can do so. I don't think they will be bringing Faf de Klerk out for too much longer for when he is going to be out there. That was an interesting looking situation. I believe it was kicked into touch there. And it was the kick by Lucanio Arm, but it was one of the players just well and truly committing himself there, trying to get in the way of it. We have also got there, let's go, as well, says Kevin. And we have got Go South Africa. And we have got, it usually happens when the ABs as well, or with the ABs as well, losing to Bay of Plenty 29-24, 7-41 against them, which is why chemistry much needed as well. Says Smithy Toilet, that's the thing as well. With a whole heap of new players playing halfback, that's probably one thing. You probably prepare yourself to be able to play with 14 men. That's just one of those ones that you kind of normally would have a little bit of practice with in training, but it's those ones when you end up playing with only 13 men that really start to test your score as well. Says Greven, at this stage it is 17 to South Africa A, 3 to the British and Irish Lions, and the 95 Boks were impeccable at defence as well. And that's the thing, in the World Cup game between the Springboks and England, like they had some very good defence in that one as well. I remember there was some of the best defence I had seen in recent time, and it was about 17 phases in a row that England just kept on throwing themselves at the Springboks, so they weren't able to break through. Oh, what a tackle that is from Nkosi there. Beautiful low tackle on Owen Farrell. And at this stage now, it is going to be another opportunity for Sinclair. Farrell goes back now, goes to Chris Harris in the midfield, going to Watson now. And he has got plenty of pace here. Watson driving up the middle with the fend as well. He's going to be driven down. Only 5 metres out. Connor Murray now going short side, little offload. And it's going to be Wyn Jones getting close, getting held up. Only a couple metres short. And I believe that is now going to be called held up, and it is going to be a penalty for offside. They're going to have to be careful. It's the second round as well, says Shannon Sife. How much time left? How much time left? Says Graven. At this stage, we have still got 37 minutes left in this match. And to imagine the game in my head with just commentary feels like the 50s as well, says David Drake. Hopefully, I'm doing an all right job of trying to paint that picture. The commentary, I feel like it's a weird one. We only started doing the commentary on the channel maybe around 9 months ago. And at that stage beforehand, I didn't actually talk. Oh, that's going to be a great push here. And it's going to be the try around the side for the forwards of the British and Irish Lions. And that's going to be a nice, easy kick as well. And who was it? Who was able to get it? That is a big question, but that is something that South Africa A would not have been wanting. It is Wyn Jones. He's been working hard out there at the moment for the British and Irish Lions. And now they are going to be getting right back into this match. With this conversion going over, it will be 10 to the British and Irish Lions and 17 to the Springboks. And there is still time left for those men who are on the sideline, Faf de Klerk. And also it will be Marco van Staden. But I will quickly write in Wyn Jones. Early try in the second half, taken nicely there for the conversion. But Wyn Jones just driving his weight round the side. He looks like he's hurt his shoulder in the process. They were trying to defend here, South Africa A, but they just had that momentum. Or did he have hands on the ball? I think he just had control of that, Wyn Jones. But it is an early try in the second half. And South Africa are still going to have 13 men on the field. We have to go, yeah, bro, good defense always wins games as well. And we have got try time, says Smithy Toilet. Need a try here, says Slick Boy. And Jill, go on. A Wyn Jones lad as well, says Slick Boy. And whoever said about that $1,000 bet earlier on, or the $1,000 donation, they will be slightly nervous at this point. I would think, Book, get your game up as well, says Shannon's Life. I think at this stage they just need to get their numbers up in terms of how many players they've got out on that field. They still are going to be 15 against 13. But in the next maybe around 2 or 3 minutes at this stage, the first player to come back will be Faf de Klerk, then it will be Van Staden, who is able to make his way back out. And I would say for Van Staden, maybe he won't actually get a chance to come back out onto the field. Maybe they make that sub early to make sure that they don't end up in that situation of being down to 14 permanently. But now it is going to be inside of the 22 for the British and Irish Lions. Connor Murray going to be kicking this ball up. 35 minutes left in this game. Almost charged down by Hetzebeth, but that one has gone into touch there, taken nicely by Jesselyn Colby. Thinks about a quick throw, but there were about 4 players for the British and Irish Lions rushing up, and this does not look good for Wyn Jones. I would think that they will be taking him off the field now. There is no point risking him. Same situation as Liam Williamson. Now it's going to be Marco Vunapola making his way out onto the field. Yeah, can't you turn that camera as well, says Damon. Unfortunately, due to licensing, or that was can't you turn the camera to the game, that was earlier on from AJ Botha. Unfortunately, due to copyright, if I was to show any match footage or audio, the live stream gets taken down and we get banned from YouTube live streaming for 3 months, which is a huge hit to what pretty much our whole channel is based around in that regard. So I am sorry that I won't be able to show it, but I wish that I could. And if I could, without any what am I trying to say, without any impact, I guess you could say, on the channel, then I would 100% do it. But yeah, unfortunately, they don't allow us to here on YouTube. But straight after the match, if you guys do search for the YouTube channel Full Force Rugby, they will be showing the highlights, I believe it is, that they will be showing for this game in a short moment after the game. So be sure to check that out afterwards if you do want to see the highlights. And I think they also do full match replays after the game has completed. So that could be something for you guys to be able to have a look at it as well. Damn, they are catching up. Just remember to the guy that said he will donate $10,000 as well, says David Drake. And we have also got there, no, sorry, mate, says a scrum less. And oh my goodness, it's the South African Rugby League team as well. And yeah, that's the thing. They are still down to 13 men. Malcolm Marks there with that throw has been claimed nicely by, I believe it is the man in the number, I think he is the number 19 or 20, and his name is very hard for me to say. Thanks, man, as well, says David Drake, no worries. But yeah, I am sorry to you guys who would love to be able to watch the footage. But yeah, that would be your best bet on YouTube after the live stream is finished. But now Mara Itoje trying to get himself in that one. It's gone down, and now it's going to be the British and Irish Lions who have got the scrum feed for the rolling ball, just not quite able to get the ball out there, South Africa A. And because of it, now we are 7 minutes into the second half. So I think Faf de Klerk probably isn't too far away from being able to come back out onto the field at this stage. So that will be a very good sight for South Africa A at this point, because of the fact that they have already conceded 1 try in the time that they have been down to 13. They definitely don't want to concede 2, because or else they will be right back into that one. Don't turn the camera, bro. We need your channel as well, says Fantastic Charisma. But yeah, at this stage, we have got plenty of rugby that is going to be on over the next few months. And yeah, hopefully you guys will be sticking around for it. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And also leave a like on this live stream if you are new. We have got 62 likes at the moment. And also for how many tries you guys think are going to be scored in this match. 4 to 6 is the most common number. 48% as well in that regard. So that is a huge number out of the whole selections that were available. But it is going to be the scrum feed now for the British and Irish Lions here. Would you extend a belated happy birthday to Malcolm Marks, who had a birthday yesterday? I hope you had a good one. You extra large man as well, says Scrum List. It was actually my mum's birthday yesterday as well. And if I'm not wrong, Malcolm Marks, my mum, and Conor McGregor, I think, also has a birthday. Oh, a little bit of push and shove here from Tom Curry. And also it is the replacement who has just made his way onto the field. They've got a bell ringing out at the moment. It is the number 20, which in this one is Reinhard Elstad, I believe is the pronunciation. But of course, Mara Itoje is going to be in there as well. Bit of push and shove going on out there. And there are a lot of tensions out there at the moment, that is for sure. I don't understand. So you're allowed to show the game right after the game, but not live. What if you skip 3 seconds back? Will it still be copyright, says Damon Drake. So pretty much for some reason it's actually not my YouTube channel. It's another YouTube channel that is separate. But for some reason they are in that situation of, I'm not sure whether they've got permission, but for some reason their videos don't actually get taken down due to copyright, which I'm wondering whether or not it's going to be the case of as soon as someone kind of up in Sansa finds that channel, they will probably end up having it completely taken off YouTube, which is why it's probably one of those ones that after this match, I mean, they also have all of the other international matches that have been taking place in the recent future, the likes of, or the recent past. Recent future has not quite happened yet, but yeah, all of the other games, the likes of All Blacks versus Fiji, I think it's still on there. Wallabies, France, all those ones are on there as well. Come online, says Fabian. And all that one's gone down in the front row. And I believe now It is available for the British and Irish Lions. Sam Simmons also out on the field. Connor Murray now going across inside ball back to Murray. Oh, it's going to be Chisel and Colby sat down there by Chris Harris. That was a big hit, and now it was Etzebeth who was a little bit offside. So they've got the penalty advantage once again. Now it's going to be Sam Simmons trying to shunt off Chisel and Colby. He has had a hard couple minutes here. That man in the number 14 jersey, he has been playing halfback, though, depending on what's happening. That's going to be another penalty advantage to the British and Irish Lions. The discipline of South Africa could cost them here. It's going to be Faf de Klerk making the tackle. They are down to 14 men still, but they have got that extra men out there compared to what they had at the start of the second half. Straight on the ball now. It's an advantage. It's a third penalty, and it's going to be Malcolm Marks, who did go off the feet, or I think it was fine, but it was actually Elstad who went straight through the middle, which did end up in the situation of the penalty. How many penalties is that now against South Africa? I think that is creeping up to around probably 18 at this point. Let's go. Come on, South Africa, get in there. Says David, and also what team do you support, South Africa or British and Irish Lions? Says Damon, the easiest way of answering that question is to not answer it, to be fair, because of the fact that we have got a split of you guys who are watching from either the Northern Hemisphere going for the British and Irish Lions, or we have got our South African audience that we have been building up who are also going for South Africa in this match. So it's a hard one. I normally remain impartial, but I certainly enjoy watching a bit of rugby, that is for sure, and that is what we're getting to see in this game, a bit of close rugby at this stage as well. We haven't got low anyone but the Bombs as well, says John, but this is going to be a kicking attempt for Owen Farrell after 50 minutes here. So they've decided rather than going for the corner to possibly make it an even contest, they are going to be kicking for the posts here with Owen Farrell. And we have got their go box there, scrum less, and also we have got in there, who did Sam Simmons come on for? I believe he came on for, it was the number 8, which in this one was Talupe Falatau. So he is out there off the back of the scrum. He will be probably pretty dangerous for the British and Irish Lions throughout the later stages of this match. But Owen Farrell straight out in front has got that one. So now the score is going to be 13 to the British and Irish Lions and 17 to South Africa. Going to be a very close finish to this match by the looks of it, and I am looking forward to it. Currently sitting 7:20 a.m. here in New Zealand. I'm wide awake. I don't know how I'm going to get myself to sleep after this match. Come on, mate, South Africa or the British and Irish Lions. As well says Damon. Can I answer an easy way of saying it, and just because I'm from New Zealand, say the All Blacks? Even though I don't actually, I was going for Fiji in that matchup against the All Blacks. I was going for both sides. That is just one thing that I find I end up doing, is sitting on the fence big time. As a Springbok fan, I would be offended if you support the Lions because of Gats being their coach as well, says Colby, and hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And also I thought they might go for the 3 because the pressure into points and go again. And that's the thing, though. With that one, it is now going to mean that they have got 15 men back out there for South Africa. But I think even if they kick for touch, that was going to be the case. But yeah, only 4 points difference now in this match. And South Africa have given away way too many penalties. Marco Vunipola. We have someone in the chat who is called Marco Vunipola there. Owen Farrell kicks this one high now. Going high. Mornay Stain taking it beautifully there. Here's going to be driven backwards by Tom Curry. And also Chris Harris almost holding him up there. And because of it, it's gone on the side of the British and Irish Lions. Yes, it has. No, it is going to be a penalty for South Africa for the player not rolling away there. And we have got to channel that energy into drive points, as well. Says Scrumless, and also, yes, Hamish, stay impartial, especially when the Bay of Plenty play. As well, says David Taylor. They are actually playing on Friday night, I believe. They are actually playing the Western Force. And I am very disappointed because that game isn't actually going to be on TV. It is just going to be played at HBF Park in Perth. And it is going to be, Western Force versus Bay of Plenty. And I wish that we were able to see it as well. We haven't got Warren Gatlin. Looks like he's also, he's always mad. Is he okay? I mean, he's like George Lucas. His face never changes as well. Says Scrumless. That's the thing as well, though. And it is Rassi Erasmus has actually got a little bit of a sneaky kind of technique for these matches that he has done so far. He's actually the water boy, so he's running the drinks onto the field, but that also gives him an opportunity to really get an opportunity to be able to chat to those players. But Damien Dialende, has come off the field, and that is going to be instead all that is well taken there by Mara Toje, who has gone to ground now, and Evan Etzebeth has been told to release, but that is going to be replacing Damien Dialende. It is going to be Damien Valimza. So a Damien for a Damien in this regard. But a physicality there, Elstad, since coming out onto the field, he has been pushing around everyone. But that is going to be well taken there. And also I see that Vincent Koch is also out on the field. And he must be out there in that front row. But at this stage, it is a little bit of an interesting patch in the game. Almost charged down there by Maro Itoje on the kick of de Klerk, taken beautifully there by Anthony Watson. Conor Murray now 40 metres out from the line here. Little bit of a fumble there for Daly, but he gives it back to Farrell now. Sells the dummy to Vincent Koch and kicks it downfield, going for the territory game now, and that could be something that we do start to see in the later stages of this match. Currently 55 gone into this match now. There is a player down at the moment as well. Who is that? I think it is Anthony Watson, if I'm not wrong at first glance, but it could be. But now onto the halfway line now, the British and Irish Lions. Conor Murray goes back now. Sinclair gives it to Marco Vunipola, and he is met by Van Staden, who is back out on the field now after his yellow card. Going to be kicked high once again by Owen Farrell. Lewis Rees-Salmon trying to get that one, Jesselyn Colby. The ball bounced up and smacked him in the mush. Lucky he has got the mouth guard in, but now it is going to be Chris Harris considering taking it quickly, but it is going to be the line-out throw for the British and Irish Lions now. We have also got Bok defend as well, and also we have got, what about Laurie Mains and Grumpy? It goes with the territory as well, says John Rutherford. And do you play rugby, mate? Says Damon. At this stage, I used to, but we are talking like kind of around maybe under nines. And one thing that happened was everyone else kept growing, and I kind of stayed the same size. And also, we kind of had the situation with my side, how there was a number 9 and there was a number 10, and they both thought that they were the best players in the team, so they didn't actually use the backline. So me out on the wing, only being about 3 foot tall, probably not 3 foot tall, but a little bit. I wasn't the biggest kid. Like, I didn't have a lot of mass to me either. So it was one of those situations I would just sit out there on the wing and touch the ball twice a season, because our first 5 and also our scrum half just wouldn't pass the ball out the backline as Jesse Creon. He is not yet, but he could be very soon, because that looked like Willie LaRue was getting a bit of strapping on the leg. And also Anthony Watson is down. So both fullbacks at the same time are going to be down here. So Anthony Watson goes up. He gives the knee in the back of Nkosi. Does he fall awkwardly, or what is it here? Or it's an awkward, or it's a twist. It's a twist there, and straight away you can see him really grasp at that leg. Possibly the ankle there, Anthony Watson. They could lose 2 fullbacks in this match here. The British and Irish Lions. First, they ended up losing Liam Williams earlier on, but now it could be Anthony Watson as well. He's got a limp. He looks like he's going to continue, but they don't want to risk him, but they haven't got any spare backs as well, which is a big shame for them in that regard. I can't believe Evan Etzebeth is only 29. He's been around for so long. Yeah, he is an absolute unit of an individual. And him versus Maro Itoje, I thought we were going to see possibly happen a little bit more in this matchup, but I feel like there's still going to be plenty of time in those test matches. That's now going to be the line out for the British and Irish Lions. Rushing up there was Damian Valimza. He was able to make the tackle on Navidi. Now it's going to be straight away Maro Itoje getting tackled by Evan Etzebeth and Kitsoff. Sinclair once again getting another carry 40 metres out at the moment. The British and Irish Lions on attack once again. Quick hands here. Chris Harris gives it out to Anthony Watson. That will test the ankle. Trying to do a bit of a sidestep. Now Conor Murray once again. He is the captain for this match, but it is rumoured that Alan Wynne-Jones is getting ready, possibly already on a plane ride over to Springboks territory. So because of that, possibly he will lose his captaincy here, Conor Murray. So he will want to make sure that he can get a win for his side. And now it is going to be passed out to Tom Curry once again. He is going to be tackled by de Klerk and also Damian Valimza, who has already made a couple tackles since coming out onto the field. Henderson giving it to Cowan Dickey. So he is out on the field now as well. I'm scanning the field for subs that I have missed by reading the chat, but Farrell has kicked that one high. Who is going to be taking it? Oh, he's going to jump up again there, Anthony Watson. He's fallen over as well, but he seems to be getting up. Look on your arm. Has been tackled there by Marco Vunipola. We have also got look at Fifth and Cheslin. What's your excuses? Well, says Damon. The thing is, one thing that they've got that I do not, pace. I do not have a lot of pace, I don't think, which is my big problem in this situation. Because, I mean, if you are either a number 9 or a winger, you want to have that little bit of toe. Like, my pass is probably not terrible, I guess. So maybe I could be a halfback if I had to be, but that's going to be kicked in behind there. Jesselyn Colby going to be taking that one now. And he has got pace for days there. Jesselyn Colby, he's going to get wrestled down to the ground, is he? He's only a metre out from his line now. And it is a huge amount of pressure. Somehow, though, he's been able to keep himself in the field of play. And now they're going to be hitting this ball up. Once again, only a metre short. Sam Simmons has been told to release it, but he's won the penalty. Instead, Sam Simmons. And that is only going to be a metre from the line. And now what do they decide to do here? Do they take the 3 points? They would still be behind in that regard. It looks like they're going for the tap. And it's going to be Cowan Dickey who does get it. Oh, he's just been hit hard in the tackle there by Koch. And also it was the man in the number 5 jersey, which in this one is Mostert. Vunipola now having another carry. Sinclair driving towards the line. He has been tackled by, it was Sinclair. Oh, sorry, he is Sinclair. He was tackled by Kitsoff. Now it's going to be Cowan Dickey. Not quite able to get forward there. Mostert has been told to leave that one. Connor Murray goes back now to Chris Harris. A little bit of a juggle there, but he has been able to hang on to it. Low tackle from Gislin Colby. My cat is waking up next to me. As you guys can see, Maro Toje is tackled by Etzebeth. Ever since I mentioned that battle, they have actually been in contact twice. Oh, that is well handled there. It's managed to go backwards from the British and Irish Lions. And rushing up there are some of the Springboks players. And the big question is now, can they get the next try on the board here for the British and Irish Lions? Now, Vidi once again getting a carry. They are looking like they're slowly starting to take the momentum. Etzebeth once again going to be tackling the man in the number 4 jersey, Maro Toje. I will read the chat in a very short moment as well, but I do appreciate you guys all being here for this live stream. 10 meters out at the moment still. They're up to 10 phases now for the first time in this match that I have registered as well, and that is going to be an advantage, I believe, if I'm not wrong. No, it is not going to be. And they have still got another opportunity here. It's going to be Henderson going around the side. Going to be tackled low once again by Vincent Koch. Going back Sinclair now. Goes to Farrell. Chris Harris. Wide ball there. He was hit hard in the tackle there. And it was by the man in the number 22 jersey, which now Jesse Creel is out there. Is that on the line? Is that the try for the British and Irish Lions? They're going to be checking it. This is going to be a big moment in the game. Currently still 20 minutes left. Chris Harris there. He was hit hard in the tackle by, I believe it was David Creel. Was Lewis Rees-Sammet able to get that one down? Piper not easily penalising, or will not easily penalise the South African team as well. And we else got, I can't see much, says Damon. And we have to, what the chat is going extremely quick at the moment. We have got Richard earlier on has said, I haven't seen you brief, you commentate. You commentate like we are watching the horse racing. Incredible as well, says Richard. I have heard that quite a bit. Unfortunately, I end up in that situation because of the fact that I see the chat like flying by. I end up saying the game in like fast motion so that I can try and read the chat at the same time, which is relatively tricky to get the hang of. Full Force Rugby just uploaded the first half of the game for anyone who is interested, says Scrumless as well. So yeah, that is a good option, and they will also have the highlights after this match has finished as well, which is an ideal option for any of you guys who are looking for a full match or highlights as their opportunity there. Has he been able to get this one down? Lewis Rees-Sammet, he has got that one short of the line. I think this is going to be a no try because I don't think he's been able to get that down. So that will be second movement, but I think they will be going back to check something for Chris Harris as well, whether or not he was hit hard. And that tackle, or I know he was hit hard, but whether or not he was hit fair. Oh, that's almost touching the white line, but was it a second movement? And I think they will decide that it was in this situation. So I don't think it is going to be the try for Lewis Rees-Sammet. 20 minutes as well, says Damon, for how much time is left in this one. And Lewis Rees-Sammet, special kid, great talent. Yeah, he is. And the pace that he's got out on that wing as well. I feel like when you've got that much pace, like as long as you got that little bit of skill as well, tell you what, Morné Steyn's almost helped Lewis Rees-Sammet put that ball down, depending on what happens here. Damon has said no try as well. And we have got, thank you as well, says Shannon's Life. First grounding clearly short. Second attempt to ground the ball. So that is going to be a penalty to South Africa, only a few meters out from their own line. And that will be, once again, another lifeline. Can you guys see my cat still? He's kind of hiding at this stage just behind the bar that says Nkosi and also Lucanio Arm. And then for the British and Irish Lions, the try scorer so far, it has only been the one, and it was scored by Wyn Jones. And tell you what, you guys who did predict that you thought that it was going to be around, 49% of you have said that 4 to 6 is going to be the range. That is going to be the amount of tries scored in this one. And at this stage, that is very likely because of the fact that unless we have another 3, or actually it's another 4 tries in this one, so double movement is the call. And it means now Morné Steyn will kick this one from only 5 meters out from South Africa A's line. We have also got their lines are up against some tough opposition today. I can guarantee you the South Africa A team were instructed to soften up the Lions. New Zealand used to it as well, says David. And that's the thing as well. We have heard a couple people in the chat also say maybe Warren Gatland had a strategy for this match to perhaps not give away all of his tricks for that test series just right off the get-go. So they may still have a couple tricks up their sleeves here, the British and Irish Lions, in the later test matches. But for now, it is going to be once again with the Springboks, or the South Africa A side, taken by Etzebeth at the front of that line-out. Malcolm Marks with his first throw of this match so far. McCat is just chilling at this moment. It was a replacement for Mornay at this stage. I believe they are going with Willemse, and also it was Jesse Creel. So they haven't actually got a number 10 in that situation, unfortunately, but now it's going to be rolling forward here. Fifth de Klerk now at the back of this one. Maro Itoje is not going to be leaving that one. He has been told to leave it. And now it is going to be kicked by Fifth de Klerk by the looks of it. Yes, it is. It's gone high. Is it going to be taken? No, not quite. And it has gone into touch there. So I believe it is going to be a line out now for the British and Irish Lions. No, it touched the arm of a British and Irish Lions player. So it is going to be now South Africa A who have got this line out throw. We have got, what is the link, guys? Please share as well, says Lloyd. So that link, I assume, is for the highlights one that will be after. And the channel is called Full Force Rugby. So I believe that will be where they will be showing it straight after this game. 77 likes, 263 watching. Body slam the like button, y'all, as well, says Scrumless. Yeah, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button. And also, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 3,000, or we've already hit 3,000. We're on the road to 4,000 at this stage. There is going to be a penalty there. And I believe it was for the player collapsing the ball, if I'm not wrong. And straight under the middle of that one, it was actually Ian Henderson who did end up giving away that one. But they are also showing perhaps Maro Itoje. And guys, I don't know why, but Cheslin looks like, or it just looks so good with a scrum cap. He looks so cool as well. And it's one of those ones that there is also a South African scrum cap lurking, and it is the man in the number 6 jersey, Marco van Staden, who is rocking it today. I wonder if Cheslin Colby would ever put on a South African headgear one rather than the, I believe he has a dark green that he normally wears, if I'm not wrong, or is it black? Cheslin Colby, I'm not too sure. I'm going to have a look around, but I can't quite see him at the moment. But it looks like they are going to be taking on the 3 points here. South Africa A, and we have got there. Not for the live games anyhow, as well, says Scrumlates. And also we have got time, says Quinton. At this stage, we are sitting 62 minutes through this game. And Harry in the chat has said, hi, welcome into the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. Dean has also said, go Box in this one. He left out Adams for these last 2 games. I think he will have an impact in these tests as well. I was wondering where my cat went, but he is over there at this stage. But he must have jumped down, and thanks, says Quinton as well. No worries, mate. Unless that was to Scrumless. But in regards, thank you very much for tuning in. Go Box, says John. And at this stage now, Mornay Stain has an opportunity to get this one back out to a 7-point game. Can he get it? No, he can't. He's missed that one. And Mornay Stain, he doesn't miss too many of them as well. Gareth has said, damn, thought the Lions would win by 12. Should have supported my own country as well, says Gareth. And we have also got there. Thanks, mate. Says Lloyd in the chat. That, yeah, at this stage now, also Ferguson's going to be making his way out onto the field. That is for Kyle Sinclair. So at this stage, the only try scorer for the British and Irish Lions was their Lucia prop, which in this one was Wyn Jones. Beard also out on the field. That is for Henderson. Owen Farrell, getting this one from the 22. And it is going to be Navidi making the big tackle on their number 8, which in this one is Jasper Visa. I feel like all of a sudden I've hit a patch of not being able to say a sentence, but now de Klerk firing it back, and it's going to be Mornay Stain puts up the extremely high ball. Who wants it? It looks like it's going to be taken on. No, it's not. And it's going to be Maro Itoje who has been able to claim that one for the British and Irish Lions, 40 metres out from their own line. Murray now looks like he is going to be setting up for a kicking opportunity. Cowan, Dickey, Tom Curry, both trying to create a little bit more time for Conor Murray to put it up. And that's one thing that he does quite well, Conor Murray, is the factor that he doesn't actually end up in the situation of really looking like he puts too much effort into those kicks, but they still seem to go into the right positions on the field. It's going to be Ferguson now straight away getting his first carry in this match, 40 metres out now from South Africa A's line. The British and Irish Lions once again on attack. That was an awkward pass. Once again going for the cross kick here on Farrell. He has backed this technique about 5 times in a row now, and it has been all luckily working out for them there. The British and Irish Lions counter-rucking there. It's going to be Malcolm Marks trying to get it. Oh, it's going to be stolen there by David Krill. And now they have got this ball back here. South Africa, it's going to be Etzebeth passing it back to Fifth de Klerk. Charge down there. And it's going to be Tom Curry straight back to his feet, but it's going to be taken by Willemse. Gives it to Chisel and Colby with a bit of a step. He is lined up there by the man in the number 17 jersey, which in this one is Vunapola. De Klerk inside of the 22 gives it back to Mornay Stain, and he has kicked that one into touch, not making too many meters, but relieving a bit of the pressure there. Mornay Stain, we have got Lowell commentating on the match on the cat as well, says big tackle, and also we have got there Jesse Creel on. He did replace, I believe, if I'm not wrong, he may have replaced Willie LaRue, but that could be wrong in that regard, though. Morning, guys, as well, says Marco Votopolo Beer. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And once again, Marco Votopolo is out on the field, and I actually, first time I said his name, I did actually end up saying that, I ended up saying Marco Votopolo Beer in that regard. Good morning, Kieran and Billy as well, says David. And yeah, the first half is out, guys. This is my first time hearing someone recommending his viewers to watch something from another channel. Hamish, much respect as well. See, that's the thing. I know that a lot of you guys, like, you want to watch the games, and it does suck that these games aren't being shown free to air. So that is why normally straight after the game, I do that little bit of a recommendation, because of the fact that those ones may end up getting taken down in future weeks, just purely because of the fact that copyright, I think, may become a little bit of an issue there. But yeah, the highlights will be released after this game on their YouTube channel. But now it's going to be in the hands of Chris Harris once again, 40 meters out from the line. I'm starting to get a bit hungry. Malcolm Marks has got that ball in the breakdown for his side, and it's going to be a penalty. We also got in there, Carlos has said, Morena, my brothers as well. Welcome in. We're getting a few more of the Kiwi viewers tuning in as well, so it is awesome that you guys are all getting up nice and early, 7:40 a.m. here in New Zealand at this stage. Which of these rugby players, like Jesse Creel, are not natural that you know about? As well, says Damon, I don't really know too much about that side of the game, to be fair. And we have also got there Jesse Creel is with his ripped to shreds body as well, says Marco Votopolvea. Oh no, I assume that is talking to Marco Votopolvea in that regard, and everything is going behind paywalls. Of course, of which Flow Rugby is the worst as well. Controversial, says John Rutherford, and also Box Let Us Down, says Shannon Slight. But yeah, that is a penalty for the Springboks. That man was actually for the game for the Sharks, I believe, if I'm not wrong, and so were those two. So maybe you get like a season pass of being able to show your face at the grounds, maybe, if I'm not wrong. Thank you so much for your commentary as well, says Lee. Welcome to the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in at this stage. 66 minutes gone in this match. Malcolm Marks with the line out throw, 25 out from the British and Irish Lions line. A try here for the Springboks could almost win them the game, but we will have to wait and see. It's going to be Etzebeth getting another carry. Going back now into the hands of the number 19, who I'm not even going to try and attempt to say his name, but it is a pretty long one there for South Africa. Now it's going to be once again hit up by the forwards. I believe that was Oosterhuizen, if I'm not wrong. Going back now to Vincent Koch, just inside of the 22 now. Going to be de Klerk going across to Malcolm Marks, who is once again getting another carry in the second half. And there is a limited amount of time, I should say, left on the clock at this stage. Now it's going to be, Fisa hit hard in that tackle, and he looks like he was rocked a little bit by that one. Going to be now once again Alstead getting another carry. De Klerk, little kick in behind. Was it the right option? We're going to have to wait and see, because Nkosi now trying to get that one. He slapped the ball down as well. Is that a deliberate knockdown? Not too sure, but Elliot Daly now inside of his own in goal line has kicked that one into touch, and it will now be a line out for South Africa, 15 metres out from the British and Irish Lions line. We have got we're in the second half as well, says Shannon's Life. Although, to be fair, in New Zealand, the first half started at 6 a.m. and a lot of people wouldn't have been getting up too early for this match, although I think they will be watching the highlights, that is for sure, and also probably a full match replay. And we have got in there Butterfingers Watson as well, says Smithy Chiller, and let's just say the Bok look more ripped than Ben Johnson as well, says John Rutherford. And we have got Kiwi. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think South Africa will maybe win this test? Says Damon. If we're talking about the test series, going to be an interesting one, that is for sure. Of course, we did mention that Warren Gatland probably has a few more tricks up his sleeve for the 3-match series. But South Africa, in this match, that is going to be a penalty advantage to them inside of the 22 as well. So they have an easy opportunity at 3, but the last kick was missed by Mornay Stain. This one's going to be Alstad once again. They have been putting together some decent phases, stolen there by Marco Vunipola. So now it is going to be an opportunity to possibly take on those 3 points. We have got, come on, Warren Gatland as well, says Carlos. And we have got, come on, South Africa, score a bloody try from David. And we have got, I get up at 2 or 3 a.m. all the time for Super Rugby and the Bledisloe. Yeah, that's the thing. My sleep schedule, since watching, I started watching South African rugby again from the Rainbow Cup South Africa. And ever since then, I've ended up in a interesting sleep schedule where pretty much I end up waking up at like 7 p.m. and then going to bed at like probably around this time, to be fair. And we have got there. Can't wait for Saturday. Love my ABs, but Fiji is so much fun to watch. Yeah, they are looking dangerous, Fiji. And in that physicality battle, they were actually winning it a little bit against the All Blacks. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. New Zealand team All Blacks are tough this year with a 102, win over Tonga. That's the thing, though. Fiji pushed them a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in that second match. And it is going to be Samoa versus Tonga for the Rugby World Cup second qualifying match. At this stage, Samoa have a decent lead. So they will be hoping to hang on to it at this stage. The Springboks here. Or South Africa, hey, this ball looks like it's going to be stuck in that one. And it is now going to be a scrum feed for the British and Irish Lions. Owen Farrell, very happy man at the moment. My cat at the moment keeps on jumping up on the chair and then jumping back down. You can't come from the sides as well, says reverse sway. I will have a quick look at the replay. I did actually miss it a little bit in that regard, so I might have to have a quickly look at the replay. And I think it is Tom Curry that they have awarded the penalty to, or the scrum feed to in the end. Malcolm Mark's next try as well, says Gabe Grace. Perhaps a rolling maul could be on the options or on the cards for the Springboks or the South Africa A side if they get the chance. I'm wondering how many times I said Springboks rather than South Africa A. I feel like it's well and truly ramping up at this stage, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see whether or not it has hit maybe around that 20 mark. I feel like I easily have throughout this one as well. And Maro so bloody dirty. Send him back to But yeah, at this stage, he does give away a lot of penalties, Maro Itoje, which is why him and Etzebeth, I felt like we're going to have a good battle out on the field because of the fact that Etzebeth just doesn't take any any kind of backward steps, I guess is the easiest PG way of saying it. But he doesn't take a lot of the backward steps indeed, even Etzebeth. So that's why in that battle, I thought that maybe they would have done a bit of the pulling of the collars perhaps, but we haven't seen it yet in this match. Even Etzebeth trying to charge down that kicker. Conor Murray going to be going to Cheslin Colby, 45 out. Last time he had a run from about this situation. He has step round to Toje, stepping around Vunipola. No great tackle there from Vunipola. Been going well since coming off the bench for the British and Irish Lions. Now it's going back into the hands of the number, it is the number 19. And I think we saw a nickname earlier on. Just call him Nico. So we'll call him Nico from now on. We have got more cake in the chat as well. It's early in Australia, if I'm not wrong, more cake. You're sitting at 5:45 a.m., if I'm not wrong. Mario isn't culturally connected like Sivu as well. And we have got Faf, own Maro in the Rugby World Cup. And at this stage now, de Klerk kicking this one high. Taken nicely there by Watson just outside of his zone 22. And he looks like he was possibly in a bit of pain like Tom Curry is at the moment as well. Conor Murray now, rush defence from it was going to be Nkosi, not quite able to make the tackle. Bundy Aki was able to break through. 30 metres out from their own line at the moment here, the British and Irish Lions. They need to get some field territory, but at this stage with only 8.5 minutes left in this match, it's going to be a very interesting situation. And they are going to be kicking this one now. Conor Murray, Tyke Byrne out there as well as fellow Irishman. Colby once again taking it nicely on the halfway line. He's got Anthony Watson on his back there, who has made the tackle, and he is almost on one leg, Anthony Watson, by the looks of it at times. That is going to be a good tackle on Visa there by, it was Cowan Dickey. Cowan Dickey? Yeah, that's the last name. I felt like I said that very strange. And now it is going to be an advantage to South Africa. Once again, it's going to be, it's a little knock on from Mornay Stone. I don't even think it was on purpose either. Tell you what, Adam Beard is a tall individual, isn't he? He is a unit. How tall is Adam Beard? Anyone in the chat who does know? What's the difference between the Springboks, between South Africa A and the Springboks? Not too much in this game, but normally it is the case of South Africa A is normally made up of a lot more players who aren't selected in that Springboks side, I believe. Could be wrong in that regard. Even doesn't take say it, bro, say it as well. Says fantastic. You guys know exactly what I was talking about in that regard, but there is a player down at this stage by the looks of it as well. And we have also got Vincent Koch, looks like Mr. Incredible from the Disney movie. He does a bit as well. And it looks like Tyke Byrne and also Faf de Klerk having a bit of a roll round on the ground at this stage. What do you guys think is the fastest player in the pitch? Or who is the fastest player on the pitch and the strongest, hardest runner? Okay, so if we're going fastest, I feel like this is a harsh one. But I feel like, I'd say for the Springboks, it is Cheslin Colby. But for the for the British and Irish Lions, I think it's Lewis Rees-Zammit. I haven't seen those two have a foot race, but I'm assuming that it would be a very quick one indeed. It would be over before we know it. We have also got Adam Beard 6'9". He is a large individual, isn't he? I haven't really seen too much of him so far. To be fair, like in terms of over his career, I feel like he's one of those newer players that I haven't really learned too much about in the past. But yeah, he looks like he is going to be a menacing force. Definitely creates a big shadow, that is for sure. And we have also got in there, I want Africa to win, says Multi. And we have also got 100%, says Struce Bob. And we have got Stream Legs Whoops as well, says Scrumless. I think it is also when I just end up kind of staring at like the same direction for a while, I look like I'm frozen because of the fact that I just end up kind of sitting here like this. But Herschel Yankees now making his way out onto the field, and then it's going to be for Jasper Visa as well. So that's going to be interesting to see how it goes for the last few moments. But South Africa A now are going to have a line out 20 metres out from the British and Irish Lions line. They need to make sure that they get this one right. And we have got everyone's acting like stepping's impossible. Colby just does a basic step. That's bloody impossible. How does he do it as well? Says Vinny Toilet, and Colby's fastest as well, says John. Fastest on the pitch is Lewis Rees-Sammet, but Colby will run him very close, or run him real close, says Colvin. Colvian, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. What is the time now? How many minutes remaining? Says fantastic. At this stage, we have got 7 minutes left in this match. Going to be a very close finish. It's the second national team with a mix of older players and younger up-and-coming youngsters as well, in theory anyway. But yeah, in this situation, because of the cancellation of the Springboks Georgia game, they decided to go with that extra match for South Africa A, kind of for those Springboks players to be able to make their way into that side. And also they are going to be playing the Bulls. I believe it is going to be this weekend, if I'm not wrong, but just outside of the 22 now. The Springboks, Faf de Klerk goes back now to Nico in the number 8 jersey, or in the number 9 jersey. No, he's in the number 19, and that's going to be a drop kick attempt for Mornay Steyn, but he's missed it as well. And now it means that they are going to be going back for possibly the scrum feed here. But Mornay Steyn not able to get that one. He's missed his last kick. He's missed the drop kick now. It's going to be a nail-biting game for this finish. Hey, from Max as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And we have got this is a training run for Neves as well. Says Marco Vonapolabia, and we have got strongest runner like the centres, but of anybody as well out on the field. Or I'll have to go back to that one when I do get a little bit of moment to think about it. But now it is going to be Ferguson once again, 40 metres out from their own line near the British and Irish Lions. If they get the next points on the board, they could win this match. Barrel kicking the ball high, playing the territory game the last few times. They've done that though. Chisel and Colby has taken it every time, and that is exactly what he has continued to do there. Springboks now, 40 out from their own line. What was that noise? I think that was my cat jumping from somewhere, if I'm not wrong. But now it's going to be Faf de Klerk now, throwing this one high. And he has taken his own kick there, Faf de Klerk. So it went straight up, straight down, and he has been able to regain the position. Now it's going to be Chisel and Colby looking like he is going to be rolling it back. It looks like he's going to be putting up the box kick perhaps here, Chisel and Colby. Oh, almost a little fumble there, but instead it's gone into the hands of Mostert, went backwards. So they do continue to have this ball here, South Africa A, with only 5 minutes left in this match. Now Faf de Klerk is going to be kicking it downfield. Daly lines it up, 40 metres out from his own line. He is nailed in the tackle there by Damian Valimza. Well, they have still got this one now. It's going to be Farrell doing a little grubber in behind, seeing a bit of space. It's going to be sitting up nicely here for Lewis Rees-Sammet. No, it's not. And now he's gone for the foot race, but has kicked it straight into touch. And it means now that it is going to be the line out for South Africa. Hey, this one's going to be going down to the wire completely. Where is Andre Pollard? Says Philip as well. I think maybe either was he a close contact, if I'm not wrong, or in this situation, maybe they decided to go with Mornay Steyn to rest Andre Pollard for those important games that are going to be the Test series. Because of the fact that this game, even though it is South Africa versus British and Irish Lions, it is actually South Africa A. So maybe they are saving just a few other players, but it looks like, once again, Etzebeth is going to be down. Erasmus is out on the field at the moment, and that's one sneaky tactic that we haven't really seen before because of the fact that at this stage now, Murray Erasmus, or is it Murray Erasmus? No. Rassi Erasmus, if I'm not wrong. He is out on the field and he is having a bit of a chat with his boys, which in this situation, he could be telling them some very important information in the late stages of this match. Only 3 minutes or so to go in this match. Now, Go Box as well, says Struce Bob, and also Go Box from Shannon's Life. And Go Box, 4 minutes left. And come on, South Africa, it's time to kicking ass as well in the chat from David. But if you are new to the channel, I should mention, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are on the road to 3,000. And, I'll tell you what, we've hit 3,330 at this stage. So I do appreciate all that support that you guys have been showing. So if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated. Is there 4 minutes left? Yes, there is at this stage. 3.5 minutes left in this match. Faf de Klerk's going to have this ball at the back of the rolling maul here for South Africa. Mara Itoje has given away another advantage in that rolling maul. That is something that he's given away about 2 or 3 in this match so far. Now it's going to be Malcolm Marks breaking off the back. This will use up a little bit more time for South Africa. Now it's going to be Faf de Klerk, little kick him on, going for the cross kick. Going to find the hands here of Herschel Yankees. He was driven into touch. And because of it now, it means that it is going to be going back for the penalty. And there is once again going to be the bell ringing at Cape Town Stadium. Anytime there are a little bit of a push and a shove, they decide to ring out that bell. And we have got my cat is on my stomach as well. It says more cake and most expensive water boy in World Rugby. That is probably 100% true into that regard. Oh, that was a big hit from Elliot Daly on Herschel Yankees down the wing. And we have got Go Bok from Francis. And we have got Bok. You got this as well, says Mariska. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Do let me know if I have got that wrong, though. And we have got Mara Toje Vodafone stickers. Sticker is ripping off. He hasn't paid his phone bill as well, says Marco Polar Bear. But now South Africa, once again, are going to have another opportunity of being able to try and close out this game. We have seen in the past little while, I mean, we saw it in Argentina versus Wales 2020 in that match. We've seen it in both matches for the Wallabies versus France. All of these games going right down to the wire. Anything can happen in these final moments. So this is why South Africa now need to make sure that they can get this one right, but only 2 minutes left. Who has got the ball, says Damon. It is going to be a line-out throw for South Africa now. Itoje just lost his This discipline is dreadful. Yeah, it hasn't been flash at all in this match. I think he's given away 3 penalties so far, if I'm not wrong. Maybe even more, depending on how it goes. But now it's going to be a rolling maul for South Africa. They are currently sitting around 35 out. Oh, it's been ripped away there by, I believe it was Adam Beard. So now it's going to be one more opportunity for the British and Irish Lions here. It's going to be Tom Curry with this ball. Gives it to Davies now. Offloading it back. It's a huge amount of pressure if they can get a penalty here for South Africa. This will close out the game, I would think. But now it's going to be Tom Curry. Goes back to Farrell. He can't afford to kick this one away. Daly now with a bit of a step going through the gap, but he is tackled by Mostert. They still have to go a lot of the way, and that's going to be a penalty against Faf de Klerk there for offside. And because of it now, it means that it is going to be opening up that opportunity once again for the British and Irish Lions. And these just keep on going penalty after penalty. And we have got, is this Lewis Rees-Sammet playing well as well? He was almost able to score a try earlier on, but it was just double movement. But he has got pace. Like any time he gets a little bit of space. They have shut him down reasonably well, though. It was, I believe, Owen Farrell who was tackling Faf de Klerk, who then threw himself in the air a little bit. And then those two had a little bit of a conversation on the ground. But at this stage now, only 45 minutes left in this one. Dang it, says John as well. Itoje and Farrell should have been on the plane after the poor Six Nations, or shouldn't have been on the plane, sorry. And Itoje has done exactly as expected with the penalty, says Mark Jones. Yeah, at this stage, it has been pretty much exactly as expected from that man. Now it's going to be back in the hands of Gareth Davies. The Springboks now are going to be defending inside of their own 22. This could be the closing moments of this game. The ball has gone forward, and it's a little knock on. So all they have to do now, South Africa is win this scrum, and then they will be able to kick this ball out, and then they will be winning this match. But it's going down to the wire, I should say, and Box should be careful. The last minutes are very dangerous. I know from playing New Zealand as well, says fantastic in less than a minute as well. And come on, Box, says Lynn, and indeed says John, and the pressure, says Damon. I'm nervous and I am impartial in this game, so I don't know how you guys who are supporting South Africa or supporting the British and Irish Lions in this one will be going. And we have what's got in there. It's over, says Smithy Toilet. Yeah, all they've got to do now is be able to get the scrum feed right for the Springboks / South Africa and then with that, they will be able to make their way to the next game with a little bit more momentum. They are going to be taking on the Bulls this weekend, and then also the British and Irish Lions, they will be taking on the Stormers. But for the first time in this tour, if the scrum does go the way of South Africa and they kick the ball out, this will be the first loss. My cat is right next to me, and he has decided that he wants out of the lounge, but I will let him out in about a minute's time. Also, good game management from an undercooked team. Well done, Bach, as well. That one has gone down, and it's going to be a scrum reset. It's not quite over yet. We will just have to wait a couple more minutes to see whether or not it is going to be a scrum reset. Congrats, Box, as well. And go, Bot, go. And we have also got Let's Go, Box here, Shannon. And if Gatlin's got something hidden up his sleeve, then they're doing their job, hiding it as well, says David. And is the game over? For me, I am still sitting at this last scrum, but I believe, if I'm not wrong, you guys who are watching on live TV rather than the 30-second delay that I have got with Sky in New Zealand, yeah, you may have already seen the end of this game. Depending on how it goes, if it's a penalty to the British and Irish Lions, then the game is far from over. We may still have one more line-out attempt, perhaps. But Faf de Klerk now, scrum feed for South Africa. Needs to be steady in this one. That is a big push from the British and Irish Lions, but the ball is going to be going back, or is it? It's going to be kicked into touch by Damian Willemse, and he has done extremely well there. That is going to be the end of the game. Tell you what, that was nerve-wracking, and that would have had Faf de Klerk's heart sink right at the end. He tried to put the ball out, and he dropped it, but then from there, Damian Willemse just decided to give it a football punt over the sideline, and it is the end of the game. The British and Irish Lions have succumbed to their first defeat of the British and Irish Lions tour up against the South Africa A side, who were able to just sneak the win by the extra 4 points. It went down to the wire. It was very close. 2 yellow cards for South Africa A earlier in the match as well. And we actually only had 3 tries in this match, which is rather a little bit surprising because of the fact that it seemed like the leading one by a mile was going to be 48% of you said that 4 to 6 tries were going to be scored in this match. And now it is 18% said 1 to 3 as well. But I hope you guys did enjoy this live stream. We've actually hit 100 likes on this one as well. So I do thank you all very much for that. It is hugely appreciated. You guys showing so much support to the channel. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Like I mentioned, hugely appreciated. Tell you what, it is going quick in the chat as well. And that was about 22 minutes and only a few seconds. So I do appreciate you all being here. Betty has said, thank you very much for the stream, Hamish. No worries, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. What time does ABs get named? Normally it is around that kind of 12 or so. It's going to be when that side is announced. We actually did a prediction of it, and I feel like I was a little bit off, but we will have to wait and see. Can you imagine if the stadium had people in it? It would have been going absolutely crazy. Yeah, it would have been awesome as well because it could hold quite a few people at Cape Town Stadium if that was the case. Lions, very disappointing, says John. Yeah, unfortunately, it was one of those ones that both sides ended up just giving away too many penalties in this matchup. What's the score as well? Says Nkosi, it is 17 to South Africa A and 13 to the British and Irish Lions. So in this situation, it was extremely close, not very well played for the world champions as well, says Eugene, although they were in that situation of a lot of those guys were playing they weren't actually expecting to play this game, half of those Springboks players, because of the fact that they would have been playing Georgia last week. Thank you, Hamish, as well, says Scrum Less. But yeah, because of it, I think there is also going to be a lot of those Springboks playing up against the Bulls this weekend. What's everyone up to today? Wake and bake, breakfast of champs as well, says Marco Vodapolamir. I think at this stage, I am probably only around 5 to 10 minutes away from crashing completely, but I will read through some stats as well before we get to the end of this match. Thanks, Hamish. Are you doing good? When is your next live, says Damon? So the next match that we will be covering on this channel, I believe, if I'm not wrong, unless I'm missing any, it is going to be Samoa versus Tonga for the Rugby World Cup qualifier. That is going to be at 4:30 or so New Zealand time on Saturday. And then after that, it is going to be All Blacks versus Fiji, followed by France versus the Wallabies, followed by I believe it is Wales versus Argentina. And if we've still got gas left in the tank, we will then be moving on to the 2 games of the British and Irish Lions tour as well that we are going to get to see, which will be the Stormers taking on the British and Irish Lions, and also the match between South Africa A and the Bulls. And we have got confident Box will win the second match as well, says Sim Slayer, and told you it will be within 5 points. Yeah, you guys, I think you guys said 6 right at the start, and it was extremely close to that as well. And thank you, Adelise, says Marco Vodapolamir. Yeah, I'm guilty of doing that sometimes. I that the crumb run when I try whip together a code. Thanks, Hamish. Very good commentary and great banter as well, says John. No worries, mate. And thank you, Hamish, as well from Colvan. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. I think pronouncing your name right. I think I may have said it wrong in that regard as well. I remember the Sharks nearly beat the Lions if it wasn't for that red card as well. And that's the thing, 2 yellow cards for South Africa A in this one as well. It's an interesting situation. The discipline for both sides just wasn't where they would have wanted it to be in this match. But the British and Irish Lions, they had quite a lot of the possession in the first half. In the second half, I'm not sure what the total is. They haven't actually quite updated it yet. in the matchup, but we will get those stats for you guys very soon. Rest up for Saturday, Hamish Red Bulls as well, says David. But yeah, they haven't actually updated it to tell me what the score is, or in terms of the position, I should say. But yeah, the British and Irish Lions having more of the position in the first half, having a lot of momentum in the early stages of the second half, scoring the first try. It wasn't Wyn Jones in the 44th, but 2 tries before prior were scored by South Africa. The first was scored by Nkosi, and then the second was scored by the man who was in the number, I've forgotten what number he was in this match. It was Lucanio Arm, and he was in the number 13 jersey, I believe, and All Blacks team naming, but I need to crash as well. Said Smithy Toilet, thanks. Thank you for all you do for us, Hamish. Said Scrumless, no worries. I mean, as long as you guys have been enjoying these live streams, I will be sure to keep on bringing them to you. 78% of tackles were made by the Springboks in this match. Fun fact, they actually missed 27. So that is a little bit higher than they would have liked. 95% for the British and Irish Lions, 95 of 100. But yeah, we have got plenty more rugby coming this weekend, so I am very excited in that regard. But nonetheless, I think we are going to be close to the end of this live stream. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new, because we are going to be back with plenty more rugby content, plenty more rugby live streams as well in the future. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. Hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, lunchtime, afternoon, wherever you are around the world. Hope you are going to have a good rest of your day. But yeah, stay safe. Stay safe. I almost managed to finish the outro without messing up too much. Yes, cheers, brother, as well. Says Marco von a polar bear. Cheers, cuz, as well. But yeah, nonetheless, stay safe is what I was trying to say, and I will see you all in the next one.